ngalo na la wato kuma ta baka asira linga da fo ko nyi fawo dinkira
hey elafta maboro la bang kalpo efa igiso eseo na yuna jang ibadin kiyato kati yuna wallet ibe falindiro ke kan sandiri nyat
ni la yuna wallet to shi muna fanno tulo yabo mano kandrin en fen jama isi sanno la yuna wallet to kono yalla kamo soto ila wallet to kono
alkana la konda no tay ka yuna wallet anatan tolle mukan na balwo fanondi abe sono yaren ko bulu podo ne la mobile scan yo science ise maboro ke wato men diate
ko be sandro ke fangole ba ko ba ke kan dimbalem isi ñu lonko e sandro se yona enterprise wato wati ani la yona wallet to la be lan kamo soto kay la wallet to kono
alina na kafun na nyi yuna dimbayal tan kasandiro ke yuna biti foto alina kata nyi ko ken tat na sulo fon lolu si sandiro kije se maboro fanan keje
moro jundiana nyum ko di mabal ni kadeda
Hello and welcome to another edition of my show. Abadi ngal bismillah Kerr Fatou program oton kaminke jan aramisa bi mbrunta nan jan kote ke kakacha ke kuola mimbe ke banko kan. Of course, I want to thank Jufure for my share. This is part of the latest collection, Ancestor. Okay, even know what's yeah, but yeah, I want to thank Musa and the Jufure team for always, sending us the collections whenever they're out. Butum B program with Diala Nale Mbulwani Marajube nga Lamin Jamba Jammeh. Lamin is the chairman of NPP West Coast Region. Yeah. I think I'm not friendly place. Lamin Jata. Lamin Jata is my friend. Interview. But welcome to the show. I really appreciate you coming on the show. Of course, Kemo, my brother and cousin, is here. But today we are not on the same team. Kemo, welcome back to the show.
Kerr Fatou, and it's always a pleasure for Kanaja.
Yeah.
Promoting Gambiano lekacha.
Be a color party leader birthday.
Oh yeah. Be mu celebration.
Be mu baba birthday.
Oh yes.
Happy birthday UDP la baba.
Thank you so much.
Today on the show, lafta kacha la kola mbe caring. Be near jenga NPP ni UDP sotojang. First lafta kacha la ngaji kujama leketa for the past 3 weeks. Nga fujane moja mako kana for nata masko ngo UDP ni NPP 6 and 9 long. Go causing so lamalt. Actually they were party killing, and of course Alfarata then but the konkana for okay I'll stay back, but I think it's about time. Obviously linka chasi falka ke bari se kachake Lamin Jamba ila regionoto ni watu kono ku kumasta walto. Obviously, Akumasta Kabring NPP, United Democratic Party leader, a press conference. Kabay press conference ke ay kachake ko lami along ko wolom ko President Adama Barrow Lamin Diala akay ko ngamo ko land soto fajar Atlantic Road akay lafta ya senende foto nyalom katu ko ngalon ne ko man sakunda ka land is di molala but land sol ka ke estate solati but this is a state property nyumu official chief justice residence lati and you know mo jamana ta for nata wolom because tonya official chief justice residence that is a state owned property ñun dong estate o man sakunda ko di molala mol be hani fajara ñol be estate solati so wonata diamo wulendi alla president fone response ke but president na laban response laban amin ke birkam ato be jare bulol kosi mo ko tambital bare ay ko momin fo ay ko dabo ko ite ko bentela lantal anu dabo ma fa exactly ko mbela ke nota ko ngamin fo lom ko nimman sanata isi hakilo to nimman sa do nata asike abatala la ma fo ninte nata so when the response came it came like that but also min lata kan mo ka akumo kalata balake kabite o mitino to yo diamo moy mo ki tela first reaction
in contental
ha
ka nyobori nyolo
yeah i contental
nyobori nyolo
bari kafu ko nga saya kumo ko fo le kontanto fana
bad luwolo nanga sayal fo jannin ka dun kumo ko ne yalo fonga nyo konton folo
ha nyo mo konton folo
the gentleman Bojang is it
yes Kemo Bojang
ba Kemo ni te fongo pour ka opportunity dinna ko Gambian tolbele dentala e doti jamni e Gambia kanu afulanti hadama dingol dolong adama ala indal wato wadi fase nke fulati na o fulaya amanyan kela fatoti anyanta kela na hakilo la yuruwa ka kafunyo la ite ajida no dama nyaade nyaado nyama nga kafunga ke kilomoti ngana banko samba so barim kontanta bi a chance dinna but nimbe nyinkela ko de na regional chairman will invite jang so this is my second time ni ila mulka
last time
the youth fenko nyina bentale
okay next time we are regional chairman
yes or invite our youth bring a benja this is a small country
next time
belongs to all of us
you're right next time
we should be able to face each other
min for hayatina ni for my excuse nga nyinati ngate invite because I wanted the young people kabri ngate invite nga esa damfa invite esa be G-Boss program kono amanna I think we tried another youth masuto so nata subu nata fonyo ko Lamin is very good I think you should chairman
always I am
so wala tinna but because not the first invite
naturally ala intol fananke politician wala
but next time we'll take note of that
and you know am be wodorne kambe fila wala alhamdulillah ngalon ne ko president be o foka lumina ntele be sirinte nga tebe sirinte ana wule ana diam because wolunga be o biro le yele ka andu o biro yelo mol fundital anyama
ikale mol dundi natinan ama UDP nkole ikale
yalo wo manke kuma kutati politiko bole nyama luwolu especially your biggest opponent alkatara nyo fenke kanne ndengalon ne ko organisation o minketa tonya e moto ki KMC le because adolo woti even banjuni ma moto kije moto kita KMC le 35 vehicles because woli o claim ko if I'm not right lo e wosot but the rest of the vehicles were just
West Coast.
Honestly, imam moto kidula dot. But political what when the kutati. O wolum kumolti foyela support al hakino temkundi yenyi moju yenyo may molle transport nang dengal president fam tano mo ni defon kay la from moto nangama ba fay no for what ate kela no yes because ate always aka cost ni ne saji be bakele a control politician ol batanel ni nata la kumo kono ntefe nga fon na fen ko to ko kuma kan kelolom kumol le ka keloke mina koliyata dunia kono mansaya kono wolom life after the presidency ay Africa president jamati nale kuke e manya minkela amanke tulum fenti ka fo mansay na be siring isi akilo to president min be siring sembo be ba telebul ika kuma nyanda folaye anyanta kala hani fennete soma na sa hani ay bono palaso to safely because momo keta mansati ike mi Africa jang nimbota mansayala mine be lalanka because nka fala ko genuine democracy but until we are yet to arrive to that point because even America la foka we've seen American presidents ye minuke la balwol kono wala Angleterre la prime minister ye minu kela mansaya watolla bare ni bota je mina ka kela fo sa fo wala mansaya ko ni man ku jawolke sai mansaya ita president yala amman kuriya ke fo state land iko mansa kunda andunda ta min lo wo kenoto kenoni ya tala bunda sabalati amanka ko keneba kilimo ye wala di president wala ya tala bunda sabalati do ye wodi embassy dolla atebe tema mimbe tema na wala ko en quoi but ibuka woltal mo minan ne yadi wolula barate ate min faw mansate gambia nol faw nyanda happy la ka fendi atela min sa sawarindi ka encourage fo afanan salon ko nin de bota nyim mansala de Cairo do ne benya koma okay yalo mobile nyanda contribute la towards that that is even encouraging our democracy that should not be a kind of threatening the sitting president. So ni kumo fo mo yakko atafana ko ha yani min ngani antafana be duwala ko ndela bo mansayal o kane tafana tarabaluri ninte mude adama de ntefe nte NPP ko ntefe adama la ka barola Usain Simaya la duwa ka ton tolbe la firim baro tara mansayal ndol ka wala duwa
so ato lafta baro Usain Dabo Simaya baake
ay Simaya isajen dol fon na baro me mansayal NPP mu parti wala di personally ndebe la firim na baro me because NPP mu parti wala ti minanko parti wala ka futa nyol won fo man no tano follow back fo won realize jeleba
amon bamba follow
ntelal leader be subili wala because atemi wala bota UDP nata dol bota GDC nata dol bota APRC nata and these people from APRC wole man sayalo ne sanji mwang ani fulu man saya tamando lonne nimbel mun bota jana wole opposition yallo inim barobe wole be jokam bi so wol man no muta follow ni ta kontrola miya ko miyati nan tolkeda sunati iko wo boje ya feel nadi wala me ka fonto because it can mean
when yalo Mr. Jamba
yes
Mr. Jamba ye kuma fulalo fon fojang iko democracy comme ni tara tuba du bankol to for example iko America ni aje bu ko lamman sakelu ibuke ni bota president yala ikatara sirin comme like ani Africa man sakelu ka Kenya mo ko nyam number 1 is because tuba du bankol most likely they have very strong institutions and don't tonya mansake do comme Donald Trump B 34 conviction charges I also to America B case nimba kunda tambita case talulal abita kan through minna and because I am Minuke even some of them kabrabe presidency like Kolminke he's been held accountable that's what democracies do nim president nim feel tako you're doing the right thing I don't think imari nyanta silala muno bekela ni jita nim kumayata mbe mune ke kan sign ngamira wala kumayata for every sitting president imamira ko wala kumayata what is your response to that first?
Well, it depends ite mina kumande as a right thing ndefe nim mansaya be danta mansala kuriya be danta ka kenota puru altela bota mansayala a portion of a land that Gambians should be happy enough to say a baraka. That's for me a come on. One monkey big deal. The man himself, Gambians owe that kawokai. Ndemaje ko wol ni nada preja yala kuriyal danta wala
hani wada mante I'm just trying to explain
I know
why I said konin president
because Donald Trump anta exile why Donald Trump why Tony Blair anta exile
because he did the right things I write things like it.
Are you sure?
Yeah. Donald Trump did not go to exile because, and that's why he is facing the law right now. He's going to court every single day. He's going to court right now.
No, I don't think so.
No,
I don't think so.
I'm telling you what I know very well. Donald Trump has 34 counts.
But Chief Justice Yaminafo?
No, Donald Trump he has several cases. Some of the cases are in Minnesota, in New York, are business dealings. So, I charged like 34 counts. I also told the convictions. I also, in fact, you're ruling like a sentencing lebat. Now, January 6, kabri insurrection okeda. I mean challenge at the Supreme Court. Supreme Court ko I immunity sotole. Supreme Court ruled that I immunity sotole. Neither sitting president la, near kuke immunity sotole. Right now, ala case for election interference, where the DC court very soon, before in September, that case will resume. Our Atlanta case, Georgia interference case election will finally on. So I can tell you, Trump has over 10 cases right now in the United States. That I can tell you.
But still, they allow him to contest an election.
Because he's not convicted to sentence. So yes. It's a run until
okay.
Yes.
Okay, let's come to this point now.
Okay.
Conclude. I'll be happy you as a journalist do your findings.
Okay.
This said land.
Yeah.
Because Chief Justice le begin
Yeah.
Land vacate amantarage. If they have another resident, it means it went back to the state. So I don't see any wrong. As a sitting president, kala security kaje ko ni bota mansala ifanansi jan sotonol. Yadi embassy find out yadi jamal lela ni bota nyinna ajibe nyin kene sabol be jamal lebul.
Yeah.
Ate tabe tema nyin tabe te jumale tabe te woli ya sotono nyade.
Yes.
President yin fontoliel no. Ate fanna application no. Abije 4 years a sitting president sanji nani ala keno ka apply pour afana ya soto sanji nani abanyini kan.
Okay.
Kodi wo sanji nano kono ye dula dolu chodala ayaje ko diamol fanambol tol wala na manson. Can you see that?
Yeah. I can tell you, let me tell you what I know.
Okay.
Because you as a journalist, let me tell you as a journalist what I know. What I do know that President Barrow was allegedly allocated somewhere in Brufut with some other state ministers before. I think for security reason, maybe new Chief Justice Ladulato, they wanted that. But number one, if you look at the Land Act, Land Act I mean for all banko de la loi mimbe keno eka keno di mola loi minkan ako nita maria more than one property soto. If you have more than one property, landed property, leased property, then even qualify kalam soto. That automatically disqualifies President Barrow to be allocated estate land. I'm just coming. Number two, somebody said that here, and I think I checked that also, constitutional court, if you are in a position of power and influence, and you use your influence to enrich yourself, I think, or family members, that is also in contravention with the Constitution. Now, President Barrow is the most powerful person in this country. I think Banco President. The last time I checked, President Barrow, 2021, covering assets will declare. President Barrow land means so. I landed properties means so. Atamida killing. Automatically, I'm qualify. Natural law betamala. Now, the reason why he will get it is because I influence. I tell him minister, I tell him president, I tell him minister of lands appoint. Then that influence, na dina apply, wala musoya apply, wala tifunga apply, ibadila because of those influence, and that was used for President Barrow. Use farmer use minister by you. No boss left in abadila. So that is where people are also arguing. And the third incident is the third thing. Lua coming for them. Masakunda Janaka land soldi ake categorized as 8 states. Fajara be wala kono, pipeline yo be wala kono, Brufut estate, K point will be wala kono. Estate solitary lata ya coordinate ya foko left akela estate let ya kala multim. But this particular thing, Mansala Tamujeti already, the Chief Justice is part of the government. It's the third arm of government, the judiciary. So Mansakunda property lam already. Now don't jele ka for lease property, state house man lease property. Iman title this soto. Chief Justice la kora hani KMC man title this soto. It's a title this soto because Mansakunda property so buka soto. So this is the thing. It is a state property already. That is why it's not an estate land body. Now I can understand the president is the #1 citizen. That we cannot argue. Now, property does to me, decide who am I and other person, to argue, but contact fella. we from I see from Noma is another argument. That's why that's what I even as a just a journalist. So I even as a journalist. So but I reacted to Kemo. Sorry.
Came up to that point.
Yes.
And I'll be happy enough is morning for when you call for. Ya fanan ta jibe ba.
Ha ma jibe mun naje.
Ya fanan ta jibe. Mandin kol ka fo me nin jurumu jano mamba jukutungol manyanka jele nyola. Ha? Nin jurumu jano mamba jukutungol manyanka jele nyola. Bili nate kole NPP ani UDP 6 and 9 lo. Yenyo kulolo mbake. Wala na hakil tuwa jarate temale. Minu dunta kuja malla.
Bari la ta nani mboso de.
Ye bunna min fo. Yala mbiri si dan ko. The least thing. Mo nyanta content as bankudingo.
Kadi president.
President wala guarantee diala after the president.
No.
The life after the president.
Life after president na guarantee already. We just passed the ex-president's bill. Mi alam ko min president o bota president mi ala. So na suya kala banko ba kilai. No sign already. Banko president will not dissipate do ya vote le president will assent to.
You don't know ketale.
The reason why I supported that bill ko about president will encourage like people can stay.
Simon and Jahal. Why Nimbankun nala all the journalists?
Yeah.
Alman fundino ka ofo only opposition leader lebe ofundino.
Come on,
you ata fo ntonye mamoy malo then journalist la do ko mi ke Nimbankun.
Ani ka
Kemo mun na bolati. He's young, he's dynamic, but minke ni sirim fabu ke dimi fo keke bongo.
You know what? No way.
Yalo la problem odi nka fo ni isera ni sirimu fa abuke dimi baniela keke bonga se dimi odi ite nyimbe keno mansai ino bota fo gadi nyimbe keno mansai ye kawo bunyari ngol lakam kene kili dularing a portion ka fa ko okay iko jang wo fanam fele momi yalom bi luwa sembo diala bibi la moy sorong luwa la sorong akoy nte yam fati lembe bondilan mol ka fa la te kelaba
ani
yalomu biri fanko mansa kunda jumala mansat
ndel fango mansa
afolota molla be man ke mansati de nyo ketole
definition dol mansa kunda
minimum mansati mansa mannika kanwali
president okay
kunda
president
that's a mansa is different from the kunda
and president of mansa kunda nya
yes
president of assembly warta nyanya is under a law, is guided by law. Mina tinanka president of samba kiti wala waranka decisional challenge is because the supreme law of the land is the constitution.
Yes.
President of meeting ndebe wala koto. So wala tinna it doesn't matter meeting president or not.
But in Kenya kula
no, you symbol le soto. Ile place o symbol le deal, but that doesn't mean you can do anything or get anything.
Okay. So I have a question for you, my sister.
Okay.
Will you be willingly, right now, in position of Minto, to happily say, Mr. President, I as a citizen of this country, I am happy for you to have this land. Me, I am happy. Na kwa lusula tajela pura ite be kontani la ba as a citizen.
Dintela na deserve president wala ko si ata wote dintela na deserve Mr. President, give it to me, I deserve it more. Kemo comment.
I don't know question. If I am happy for the president has that land.
Yes.
Ndabara bakaw. Ndamu bakaw dimo.
Yeah.
Anu nyin land abentole la sate ko.
Sate ko.
Eka nyin land mem fo nga kulonje ndolu dinima in fact DB da bantol la kenol la kono dabara tambakunda
ya
so OMRC o ma fon bi wol mun tol la kabila kenol le bari ko fatiye mem lu wal le banko lu wa ko le ko all land in the colony belongs to the state. So colony nata kemin tole kabring Banjul the Anglo-French rivalry banta the boundary commission law. The colony became from Banjul, Bathurst, Kata, St. Mary for Sukuta. So keno member what je mafo wala wotumo to babole bulola kan kato iko the all land belongs to the state. Bari ika keno memfo ko ya talas saballa. Bari hani jar kabri o keno baktala la sabati. What Chief Justice la residence abijele.
killing one come for is to the Senegalese embassy. Yeah, wo Canada di walla. What more ya Jammeh JB fence le nufang. You understand? But it was fenced because it's a state property. Chief Justice, the old Chief Justice Kotola Bunga, Abenu Jela for recently Kabri Benin Bullola le Kabri Benin Lorola le Yaboy. So for me, Fatou Lual Majaneme, I think we need to look at. Kadum President in Aketako abe retirement home le Ninekan. I mentioned Olo Mankamankunda. Yeah, a better world. Muna na ba retire at it out.
Ye jam fatal.
Jammeh, but okay, that's one.
Sula ka jamma fa.
Two, Janna wa kala president. Ada yaram bamba janne. Je mala cordality. Whether ma we are disqualified from being pour I ninkeno sotono.
Yeah.
Thirdly, ni mo silata ko nimbata mansala mun ba kelanna. Woto Abdou Cham la diamo nata the hereafter nyanta hakelot la.
Na mo mutar cham.
Mutar cham. And we have to follow because ni mo ko politiko mu dunia ko walti muka to nya fo nyoye. Politiko mu lakira ko walti katum politiko ika molla life anila livelihood ntol politician on ka decide. So omu kulti me anko nyanta hakilot la je baki. So mu itam mansadi me hikma soto. Nga mira janning ita ba fala ko nte ba choose la mbe stela daming. Nyanta hakilot la fo Gambia di mo membe duma wa sot la be la daming ka Umar ibn al-Khattab for example. Radiyallahu anhu ngala example ol moy janne. Anunte amira mansa especially ni be banko kamme anon ko majority muslim bankolti. Ila tamandir silo anyanta kala l'islam wala tamandir silo ye ko wol fajanne ko fo ntol kamembe fo mansa fo ntol ta nyendi lala no onta di lala no katum bi fo akela dame ntol la diala nka jo salade men nambuka mojo wala nyim banko kan na privileges sol men diala mo di mo la nyim banko kan every year ni Gambia la budget o jibe men kata state house and for the presidency ubuka dum fay dula jamato nyim banko la budget ko wobe money because laughter la balu conducive laughter security finance provide line but you cannot be more powerful than the country itself and the President Barrow anyanta wala understand la George Washington kabring America revolution okay for the American revolution band or civil war kabrika independence soto kabring adunta Congress in Annapolis wala Maryland la capital oti because war banta world kabring adunta into Congress and adunta into the Senate al nafo urale why meant and anu kabrata da senator tarasiring a lotally well meant ko there needs to be separation of power one two there needs to be respect ko president wanyanta men katu nyimol melbe siring jan député bumoto woni mol la fane wol kije nto mo klinete bari mol la representer katu nyimol social contract le sign mafoko we need to take exactly democracy wala democracy meant but in tolsa democracy contextualize no tolla reality to nun na reality mba wala jibela and we are going to contextualize wada kujama bije nyanta hakilo tulaton katum bang Gambia mu foire bankolti one two luwal la bije mealon ko nyanta tamandir solo kelala andum state land ama min ko yafa nyame ko mansal kanu mansakunda keno do mansal state land is not the president's land because the presidents come and go but the state will remain ya jamel banun jankunu ya jamel kenol bi wolle fo mansakunda me bulo lakan President Barrow bi jambi asa hakiloto katu na bara jang Usain Dabo ya remind wala adi reminder was put asa hakiloto ko bi itale bi jang so mani man sakunda do nata asa tano
Usain ne dia mo wulinde
hanim batu Usain Dabo kabring ibe hani kabri abay fo iman 7 ministers Dr. Esa Touré wol be dabi je man Burfoot Heights dila mona yamo Usain Dabo ya ko criticize ba ama criticize because monem ajele ko land is not already a state land and masakunda assemble so ka di molla. The reason I question race on this land is because already it has been allocated to an arm of government. Then separation power mansoto and the executive babulo sambande kande ka dundi judiciary la kuol kon and woma nyana kala. Ni wakata dorong people will lose confidence in the state and people will lose confidence in the judiciary. Thirdly, ning NPP nkolo man sunyola. Ning NPP nkolo man la nyola wala ni NPP nkolo man nyom da follow. Wala hadi wala wadi ntol Gambia dum wal woman can tolla problem ti
but itam Gambia no ko la finna ko on ka wal ko yes thank you ila diamo le jamba da kemo
na gara NPP ko tolu iba malte ma hansa mal la nyola NPP is an organization in the Gambia as an organization let them deal with their issues kafo ko president wala meja wala ben itol fanan bambandila ntol that is not our problem
No,
that's what they want.
Not your problem.
That is what they want.
That is why you're going to campaign vigorously. You
are happy. You are happy because the president has land.
Yes.
We are not happy. It's the same thing. You are campaigning for your president to leave for a long time. Campaign. So it has nothing to do with us.
Yes, of course.
But when Tandi, NPP man structure sort. Atandi ko NPP man institutionalize. Because now kita ko president wati jang o party be fala o party ni me anko nyante hakilo tuleto. Then it means there's so much work that needs to be done. But ko ngam fo ntel haiti jenta man taro party. So nte nka mem fo doro welom ko. President Adama Barrow Usain Dabo mem fo ninta Attitudinal mbe mba kumo talale as good advice from an elder statesman, from a legal luminary and one of the dons of the Bar Association. Kakuol bondi nyoto ka fonye ko nyinni wolen siloti. In fact na ke rantelen num mbam na fonin president wa jelo ngasamba court because it is illegal. Because menketa is an issue of moral among moral right and legally among right. Because the land already has been allocated. Why do you have to go through again Kabondi one arm of government bulu? Vice President wa accommodation soto nyame. Chief Justice fananyanta accommodation soto la wanyama. The president fan accommodation soto wanyama. So naked as an jallo ya choose like a stay ala suo kono. Ko Usain Dawa ya choose nyame no stay ya wato men na vice president that warrants nobody. Pour ko kenota ka foko okay just because asanjalo man stage okay nte batala nga di modola. What if we have another chief justice who chooses to stay at that location? So ntolka memfo wala mnaketa nunko edulado di president Barola Usain Dawa nyunko race la. Even na ba race la he will race on the issues of legal positioning. For nin criteria yemen landi pour lani allocate for aya sendila bang, but here we are dealing with two irregularities. One, among criteria you fulfill. Two, this land has already been allocated. I reallocate a fire because I symbol the use. Until the position has been.
What I know for sure, at this moment, Usain manke moti mimbe Adama Yamarla, because Usain la everyday dream, ala wishes, is to see that Adama fails, because he wants to be the president.
Fail?
Yes.
To win against him or to fail?
Of course, he said he wants to make sure Kajako Adama Lamansat Kunda is ungovernable. Let me
explain that.
Walana kukenyo kotolom. Political is just a game. Ika moje biato lebo kukile soma fata. Andu minte mayamar lande titala media tonka ofomoli. Mbe safero kela idoro leta nga safa ko ha ya kilot. Yanyin dula mimma molbe ngunu kaneko. But this is more a political statement.
Okay.
It's to expose. It's not an advice. Ateka civilizing the Nyami is not to that extent. No. What is a game? He's just trying to play a game. But y'all go ahead. Enough time women dedala. Ibu kata bantabato eka foeko. Nimbula yenin keten. No. Abu kata wanyama. Okay. Now you come to the point. Now you come to the point. I appoint civilizing to a state that Usain cares about Barrow's welfare. No, he doesn't. The issue here is he's trying to expose something to the electorates.
Yeah.
Sai barema ila newspaper ta mina fundita na. Ibina hotel. So wala nanga fo ko nin juru me jalo mambang. Jukutungal buka jele nyola. It's very fudana
if you live in
a now man policy soto. UDP man policy soto. Wallahi ma soto. UDP lota kamfal kama. Ntol bela la UDP form. Parti wole banta. Go kamfa konolom inata UDP lo. Kola tinna UDP la hadamadu ala qualité le siata bayoti. E qualité.
What's that about?
Bayoti. Bayol shifa UDP supporter la qualité le siata. You see Kemo as a genuine Democrat, but you go inside, deep inside them. Come on. Had Usain for a statement or Doldi, some people will not worry Kabulate for one. That's the party they have. Now policy tolbulu. Until we are a young party trying to compete with a party
27 years.
27 years. So it will become compare Jeko. We need time to regulate. We are 100%.
Yeah.
That's
So, what I want to tell him is one of the functions of an opposition party or doku kila opposition party watchdog.
Yeah.
So, we send out the platform or a diameter against President Barola illegality. Abala doku as an opposition party or as an opposition leader. Kafai ko ye menketen. So, ninko advice. Mbe wala ko aba advice kan neko. Even menke is wrong. Inyanta nekela because ntolbe moli yeje ntollo moli nyati ntolle tulolti. So nka men for walem ko we have signed a social contract with an individual. Pura ya tamandir siroli because an example of the neka foko puru president ka mol bondi prison ni wasifa. Luwa le symbol dia. Yeah. But luwa man symbol dia la puru. Kemo me alonko already has been allocated. Pura ya reallocate to himself. And secondly, ka foko UDP man policy soto. Nga mera wo mwatela mi rolled. And nga la position respect le. But in some fa ko jang. Party jam men ye policy soto United Democratic Party and kabrin 1996. Now ko UDP lo da kamfala kang. Unfortunately, nte ajele as a disrespect to the sacrifices of people like Solo Sandeng, to the sacrifices of people like Alaji Yahya Jallo, to the sacrifice of people like Solo Kruma. Me uncle, what the most of just listen. We are talking of the forming of the party. With that forming of the party, the farmer that will look on. I am part of that. Mambala. Okay. Hanala national president. In the following what? You understand? The formation of the United Democratic Party was built on a very strong foundation that Walemko justice, truth, and in progress. Nimbanko nyanda tamala weleka. Walandaka for Moliako. UDP ala mission fulfilled. Walenka ya Jammeh bondi nyimbanko kan. And alhamdulillah, UDP la candidate na men samba at the convention. Wala ya Jammeh bondi jang. Anything men lata wakang bonus let. But alhamdulillah, UDP lota men na nyimbanko kan. In 1996, Walem kaya Jammeh bondi jang katun kudeta. Wala keta partiol banda, partiol lata nyoka nga United Democratic Party form. Wala na nim party ataboila no wanyama. Because it was built on very strong foundations of very credible individuals who love this country dearly. Wala na sacrifice ke, wala na bi nim party of Futata Dami. Wala na even Kabrin Hussein Dabo was in prison. Nsa tono nsa fadam bore na na lo ngeke president anu ngake president even without experience. So we mentandi wolam ko nim party yo. I policy so because now policy nga wala sell to the people wala na being a 4 out of 4 soto 4 out of 4 area councils soto as an opposition when man game bango kan wo policy nga wala sell to the people wala tin na 16 seats in National Assembly win no wo policy nga wala sell to the people wala na 47 councillors soto. So nimbi ko UDP man council. But you were able to lose such a big margin for president. Council soto. Among policy soto. What you are trying to say is ko wogam meno lumeli alon ko welle entolje worthy. What a fikule fa e carte fa entolje kudole kama. Ntabe may expect la wolam ko na conversations as politicians has to go beyond kafu ko dronko nkanyo sabakuola. The conversations have to be built on clear objectives. Left and yin banko etanya to nyadile. Ndekala man na wala min nata si platform wala na hani bi NPP. I have friends there. Yeah. Nterol bi jele. Nka ntel bi je. Hani janembe na janga fo nimmem benta fo be kachaka. Wo mu NPP la barama baliti. Barinka menje wala we are not enemies. Andum ba kausu kanyim fa ka fo ko al sanka bar alkana wali. Wala alwali bar alkana kuya.
Alfonka alkana wali.
Ha anin alwali alkana kuya. Because memu nta believe sale ko nina Mercedes Benz so use wala ben sambala banjun. Ate believe that na dunda Peugeot kono wala sambala banjun. That's the difference we have. So mean sit a platform to Gambia di wala bella moila. Alinga kuwa fi me alon ko be nyato ta jalaje. Bar ka fo ko UDP man policy soto. Wo man ke kuti.
That's my I come do from for yako. And I hear a lot of them say this, even in Kobe, Allah party leader ko, you know, he will make this country ungovernable. Puruka president of the stack. I have personally said ko, UDP pronouncement Jamalu Kachal ko, it has brought a lot of distractions. But again, to the government, to the president, because instead of Baroya Fontole Mano Dabi Kuyari Nyami, and in Kudol, he used that platform to respond to UDP Amusenu Dabo.
So
remember Jamal. distractions UDP can cause. I can't
No.
Let me finish.
I have an observation on that point.
Let me finish.
You have to give me chance on that.
Okay, go ahead.
Left telling me long.
So I might distract.
No. Okay. Actually, President Barrow has a strategy. Because UDP for so many years. He has only one thing. Bam. And now they are all busy with one word. Kuma killing the baby busy the world. You need to be fair to us as NPP.
Okay, I am very fair to you.
To himself, everyone.
Okay.
Gambian Million.
Okay.
President Barrow is a president, but is a chairman of a ruling party.
Yes, definitely.
Huh?
Yeah.
Okay, that's an avenue, is a place. Me uncle Wato Sita. Ntaman president with a top project called Abe UDP manager.
Okay.
Well, all the time. Okay.
Honey, need the people talk.
But go ahead. Yeah. That is sanctioned by the place.
It means the people talk. UDP, when they were in government, this were happening. They were not complaining. It Muntumale will haram la sign.
Okay.
Well, haram ta Muntumale. Because UDP was in the government.
Yes.
This was the same song that is being singing.
But let me
as NPP and its allies. Because all along, these people, they are very good at social media. You know, you have them as social media politicians. Social media politicians. We are just training. It only will our social media time. Until grassroots. I'm a grassroots politician. But until we are trying to adopt to the new system. That's all. They have strong people in the social media, and until Fanan coming enjoy. Ni president on the grassroots. Until Fanan ketola okumol min moi. At least, at least bombshell nimbushandi. Until Fanan, we need to be happy. And these are jokes. These are jokes. I can swear to Allah, billahi. President Barrow cannot kill a chicken. Okay. We all know that. And Kemo, I all know. And just politics. I know that, and personally, the type of man, the president, Nina Jenna Sita, Nalona ko at the Tise Falano. So, come on, new way wofo. Come on, these are just political. And I'm off MB Falako. Honey, I come in my for Mammy. That's it. That's it. These are two different contextual meanings. Nimbe silari na tela president baya banta ikanta la dulata. Maybe kumole walita doro. Let us take that, but that should not be even going viral. Ka kamfa dundi ama saya dua nte fambe silari minna. They the youth, especially mbe mimmoika UDP right now. Wala nambe useni ndeka fo mba jalan mba kanyelen nale mba kanyela bi wambe silari la indi no mbe koronto rim sa yala teng ikanata fay na fo ko on tolla kumole atin na fata we going to try to because tolle na ma fo ko mba kanyele na because baro nyum fo don ka tande ko nte bola man sala fo ni te
ba sa ifo ko alaman tam kala min ku kata usen da bola bi
wala namba kandaka because tolga fo min kama these are political jokes but they want to take it to a stage to find an excuse. Wala tinna ni that.
Yala ni be mansayala. Inyanti
amanke mansaya damati ni be nyato ni be nyato kaya
yalon bi mansalem subject.
Yes.
Kadu mansale ni kumolfo.
No one lafia
general council. Be nyato kaya. Bala anda mo kumofo.
Yes.
Mansalafo. So ni be mansayala. Ike hakilo tule ebe memfala. You should be measured in what you say. Ibe memfo kele nyande hakilo tule jele. Nimange first time tina President Barrow moy ay low platform or ay more threatening. Ake madi jobate la janne. Ay madi threatening le on national television. Kavoko dinañ sakal pehe ñu melni ñom madi jobate. Ka private citizen member la opinion o share kan. Ka low platform or ka fay ko ni me hakilotu mbe you know molbe ku kelela. Wo mu kelin neti. Fula, president cannot joke about death because atela president sembo be so do bankoka. So ni president ko nga sign la ko ndata bala mansala fete fa. Woto nyanta hakilo la baki. Andu wento silandi la malo fa la mo bari we Gambia di ngol be la.
Among Gambia di silandi.
Katun president manyan na hukuma sifa fo bala dakon.
One president Jamal.
1 2 the reason be around baroko nga ya jame bondijang. Fa na fo ko mo falek. fa ma ko ka tinyaro leke so ning ate adam baro kilo anata murna ka fo ko ntata bola jang anunga sign ani jumale contract ko sign fa ne malakal maut le nyomoy ala man tankala wala katu na dafa ne wo nyomoy ala man tankala bari so wala na hakil to nyanda kala ando ngwa mem fola nkoto ye ndol UDP funding ndol we love Usainu Dabo ndol bini
we also love Usainu Dabo
kabring abe koleala ndol la defend
we love him
kabring
also.
President Barrow security detail will bonda but even though as vice president he was he is eligible and entitled pra soto kabra security detail will be babala UDP ko funding ke lewura kalo ka defend nimbita tolan tolle kabula noma kabrin ko ka nin ko ka kalan tolle na ka taraje so pour kasi national television ka fo ko albe silari ne ko to yuri mon ke be ku kalala du karen ka
maybe you are not part of that
but too
yes
wokumo fo ente silari ko ten ibe fa ko fo la as a party thirdly president Barrow lota jang ako nte en bi sacrifice nim banko yen Faman loja fa jam faraba
ya jaw ko mo ka tenne
president Barrow le lota jang ko ngata baade ko to ngamol wuri so nin man be openly nta buka kala ate ay ko mon fo ngawle fo nin ate o be fo bi ni ko ni wo kontole ko ate contrat ko le sign fo ni usenda muna nan tolta silala wala
no wallahi kana kemo with due respect this is the problem with politicians Fatou yalo ni moye la kumo moy nan jawo yela kumo moy aba translate la comme mol sa jeno angrily in a way billahi wallahi none of these threats ntengal the president first time in the Gambia ika president Samba Koti ika win wo jamal ketaja
molo wala kala hade
silang halibi ika silako I mean for madi lu wala gita la jeto comme ka decision o tala koto madi sometimes they also inyanta min lon na banku diya kana for democracy london kumo dol bije ike funtindi wato lela Gambia man futa tembo dolla we have a problem we have people going out of this country yeta universities in the west yefengolu karanje they want to push implement those things rocket science it cannot be come in the statement like you as a journalist Gambia needs some time to come to certain levels. We need to go according if you force those type of things, it can bring conflicts. Because mulla kunu wali manfuta woto ila yuruwal manfuta woto follow. But it mean current tubabudu ibe siri wolso il after war implement la by force in the Gambia. Atekelano, it's a process. We will also come to that point. I respect you as a journalist. You are doing a good job, but sometimes alka kuel fanangibe like Nico Nico democracy. Ntola kebal batala ba ifo malo mimu democracy.
Nto mama fa mbeso ko democracy lon.
Walla ka mo le democracy. Ni democracy fudo be fi.
Ano ko nka practice de fa.
Ni democracy fudo hani ya democracy afaluka bakele. Ni aje hani jamfa may buka be juruman kan ibajal ni ya juruman jay be wuro mo ilal democracy anin dino manta
hani
democracy baluta banko kan dino buka baluje ngol sonda wala foy manso la ko ni kala
anin to kala mo
democracy ala on belief long anin l'islam o manyoje foy sonda wala ka democracy ko momo ibera ko tamandilale
hani democracy
mbatu ibera ko le tamandila ko min kamol bule fango bullong ani luwale bita yalong luwa bita mbatu borom l'islam ay dandula le ke hadama di wala why Saudi Arabia democracy tije why andum be ka je ko dinol be woledo why manta democracy
okay so
lafta million despite Kemo wali intelligently you've been to US ikaranta jele you are happy pour ka Gambia bring to the stage US Benjamin but you should know some years ago US be level Jumalto it took them some time it's a process I respect all your views but let's take it easy
okay
bankol minyo forcel ke uprisings bulita walleto usual wulita yakunu ke minimum yankela instead of following the process gradually life is just like a ladder eka doli jibe santol bon dot ros ka fombe podila ngata wol fanam be dami no if no ya doma take it slowly with the people around. We are happy that ya Jammeh ka kumandi nun kunu minula bi baro buka kumandi no wal. Clap for him. So, he did his best, huh? Yeah. Billahi wallahi. He did his best. I agree with you. I am so maluka bate biringala party leader moy. This is the man me yalonko he praised President Barrow. Gambia betema praise because it's a little more a different sort of not. Yeah, the mol kafudu albenyo sumbula so mo fal kata kadi al kata kod hada madi albo nyam bare nal bota nyokam fanan al sal hakilol tu nyoto ntol be inte personal comme ka fo UDP ko NPP ko mo la France my family Saula Jammeh, these are my family.
And after unko enda fala alla national president.
Come go all for it. All be munda ulu na coming for it. Ndela India beke bakaw. Yo. Yaje.
Anda bora tambakunda.
Kodi? Yo. Ndela nga bakwa jelen bakele nga bakaw lom bakele. So coming for it.
Okay.
So sai.
Watu ngana kumo. Okay. Nka bunda mi for it. Bini na kumo kuwasi watu nko. Hadamadi ya tebe nyami. Nangani olu ikafatale. Come in the US Penyadi. The Democrats and the Republicans.
Campaign Beduri.
Abeduri? Ibafa Jumale Maralono, Yindoman Maralono. Alla them create one yama and fula fulat. But Niwo Botala, Ika will Penyadil. Bibila Leka Molija Mansakunda Kono. Purely senior civil servants. Please don't take Bailano. They are Gambian citizens. You can see the party feelings in them. I'm a Gambian, I'm a politician. He can't know directly what party they belong to. They are not fair to the states. Journalist.
Oh, no, let me come there.
Okay.
Let me come there. You know, you said a lot about journalists.
Yes.
And I want to be on record here to say, number one, you mean when it comes to democracy, no.
Democracy is in praxis.
No, let me tell you. We have to have people like Madi Jobate Diamu, Niman Diamu, at a beteala. Every strong democracy has strong civil society, strong media, and strong opposition. No opposition is strong. Abuka mansa peku peku. No India te bolakela. Kodi yalo ni mobe dima kono kodi ni mobe nyaton koti yalo simbo wartale ni buka peku peku afu akatale abuka dobi akanyinale civil society ni wabuka diamu kamansa peku ate beteala media ni buka challenge. I sit here every single day kafuni Kerr UDP but say I wear it with a badge ni lolo na useni dabo ka vice president na interview officer kon ndina ro wolo nimbo to jate diamu lañ dobi jente ka interview general UDP ko ko tije buka min foni but that doesn't stop me. No, let me say abuka dina ala fo afela fa ma ko ni lolo janni balo nan tem juwat lolo UDP ko malo and it's not like but me the man sakunda right when they bal na fonto UDP for manko because nte tax on ka jo miya nte ko crown so na
accountable.
The reason why people are ntoka the need for Baroya and the need for UDP gabe among killing is because Baroya lenka tax jo atela kana tax o mara. Now, atela responsibility le warta. UDP are a government in waiting, oppositional them words. Halifa Saleh or UDP or Mama Kande, them governments in waiting. We will hold them accountable for what they are telling us. And we can bring them masakunda muneke. But Mafia Jumale take care every million guy heck on the barolet. And secondly, democracy buka batuka foko nga domandoma woman soto democracy to. Nim no finge ni alonka e do e jahal iba follow president wele. And then that doesn't mean they hate the president. We cannot hate the president. He is our president. But holding him accountable is our right, is our job as media professionals. And civil society people like Madi. Kabri Madi e de amolo minente wolong silatal. Nko Madi manyane de la. People like Madi and the Moji Mojamal because it's started to arrest Rocky Mojamal Siate Kede Madi what's to the from as slow down tale. I personally call him Madi somebody like you Imane Dela. Niti de imbecile because Nutoli Yanta Doko Kelanga Mansa Peku Wole Katina Mansa Doko is do Bali Ntoldo Mudoba Dingolet. You understand? It left a politician to Nyanya Bari Min Kurono if a cast post and Minankasa wall. otombele ka bata ini jukura ma so being an opposition, me being a media or him being a party lead, it doesn't matter mbeka ta marse kilingol. And secondly, America code jang campaign with America kulum musulmi to do Kamala Harris be diamuka abe Trump Tony ka abe Trump policy foka a contrast against Trump ala supporters so look him up min Trump not be diamula ka for lock her up, right? Call for Hillary kabe akoy no, let's leave the courts to deal with that. Let us win him in November. Yalla ba muna keka negative image, negative kuali lefta min natila nung ala kapra ay kumajo for Trump ko nga sorong akoy hani mansa aning opposition leader aning alfa nin the plazo nin ka aning the plazo this should be the way they should speak to their surrogates. But kafo president Barrow fa kumofo ito konte contentale that is not.
But what is far? Every day is that's part of life.
No,
then we will be shocked. But let's agree to this. Let's come to brother Kemo's point.
Let me come.
As a leader, I think coming for the responsibility. Either Madi or Usheni Dabo, Momo, Nibe Jamale Nyato, ila kumo ika bondi. Inka bondi nyadil mini ben ko may bajela nyadil muni ba lamwele e bita afola nyadil so man ke president Barrow damati
ha bar yalla
lamta min dundila min be dunkan na Gambian culture mbe nyanta wala ki
we should all condemn it.
Na condemn generally but ndeka moyle kumo dol fanka bo
That's why I believe we should condemn Dahabo, Gawafo, but we should condemn President Barrow.
So you want to tell me bidding Usheni and Palazzo Mara Abuka kuma for Minyanta condemn?
No, condemn.
Not just you. The Gambia is not about you.
But so many people.
President Adam Barrow.
That is coming. I'm coming to my next question. And let me tell you, it's coming to my next question.
So 2 points. One, let's just agree to disagree. Because it seems we cannot see eye to eye on the issue. And which is fine. Well, Gambia phone it can make a kilo no kilometer. Right? So we move on from the Ning Franco in that statement. But you kumado for the democracy Gambia no malong or mang futala follow.
Futatala, we're in the process. I'm not sure.
Okay.
From Jawara's time, democracy. Well, so that is just one stage of it.
Yeah, so love all follow.
Okay.
Along Ninko democracy, we are always looking at the Western definition of democracy. Yeah, do for Saudi. Saudi be a theocracy, well, a democracy. Because democracy means the will of the people. That's democracy.
So you want to tell me Saudi people like what is in their country?
No, let me just learn. What I believe is a rhetorical question. Because I believe tell me be from but as far as Islam diwallam hanin tol fon dol nin ku dol ka jang luwa dol bi jang nka fala ko ndol mo muslim on ladi nin luwa amanke luwa kende o nka fa ko nin luwa ndol mo islam hani 2 weeks or 3 weeks ago there were conversations about issues of legality and moral and religious based on laws made by parliament. But the point I'm trying to put across is democracy necessarily means the will of the majority. And don't jama nka misconception o men soro na mol malo mem democracy. Democracy dalita Africa. Katun namu direct democracy me alon ko mol ke fa represent. Wala na bantabal soro tanu. Ini manseta bantabal to ngasi ngakol ka chanyo kan ngajibe be banko sambala nyato nyadi. Ning indirect democracy nka memfo. What mo wala na council of elders kasoto. Wala na mansabe wal kake. So being in total control molman democracy long. What I miracle among getting a reverse back to the traditional political systems. Nge studying jibe where we have gone wrong. Going forward, nte amira B nyanta menjibe wolom ko fati memfo. Democracy ibuka abatu. Democracy is in praxis because it's an evolving issue. But ninko ko okay, Gambians are not used to democracy, in quote. Okay, mbamba na for when lembe used to democracy. When are we going to make sure Koning and the leader hold accountable? They will not react negatively. For example, it is okay Purumoye belong to any political party, but you are serving your country. You don't necessarily need to be an NPP member to serve in government. Because you
no. It's good to be there. But ila do kunya. Ila for isa for Allah man sakundalo. Iti be do ko la civil servant. But ka fo mole ko. Ntemi anu ko am just a politician ka fo nye ila man sakundalo.
No, but because civil servant all man yana tandile the political party member.
Yeah, civil servant all
man. So Nico, ila man sakundalam, you as a politician and a chairman of NPP, ibetella. Because it is a campaign for this government. But ni aja from kachabe futala woto. Ora ko lamantaku. From molbe borla ka foko nyimman kentela man sakundat.
No.
Gambe ba alhalo men kono bi falongo nyanta kelale. Falongo abakala UDP lati ban fa bakala jumalti or internally within NPP falongo bakala wolto. But if change has to happen.
Bina woto la jamin change bina bankola situation.
Dolbe ba mampare change na bolo. Te moila in change ya be dule bulle. Deka suda viri do ni katon den ka ngam foye
tempo so me ala ba so ba sami masirin
dolbe pare dal
I remind story dol in 2021 wala ning ika Usain Dabo ika kuwol foko he is not tolerant and he sifal nka jele because on maybe I'm fortunate take naka one-on-one time sort because even Janimbe for Nala Jambi naka chada because be mala birthday dinga call ka wish happy birthday
okay
so more be because opportunity sort of but I've been in Usain Dabo in quarters me alonko for example December 6th naka nunko Usain Dabo thing but no be nyimbanko me kudo le foda kan tinya jamale be kala secondly I remember after 2021 election I came to his house I was very bitter. Not nga cool complain because I had seen control kata social media. So I saw people me alonko nte amira nunko well because well natally if ye fan fire ko cartel support. Bari nati la reaction dolje. Kabenga ofa nka kon manya na sona akonye ko ala content daboti. That day way feeling membe interfere even the rage way interfere where bondole. Because I meant na wala ko ala bente nyame abe dole wala nyame. So ika men fote ala katara windol menna nka wala respond ala konton tem baroti ala konton ne manke jammeti wala jawara so ni wato sita pour mo membe bola jang faaro Usain Dawo tarla baluri ne ban faara tarla baruri fo ala ko atele be kala mansati ban fo dole be kala mansati bari mo tobe safari wodulato abe tarla jeni barete ko wato sita man baron ne me mira ala life kon akawe sinolla ka ba kala mansati ko kuile ka ko nana na ko mansati wala keda wala ka bari ala akawa kuile ka ayo na kala be londila wonde ba adama fo ba ka be londilo afo ka be ni si ba pati lo kono amonte ka mantara pati kono abe pati lo kono wala nali akeye harimbe menna bi tela wish momenti ye wala fote wala mon pour baro e boje ha nte fana na wish momenti baro ko kana boje baro mun na lo ate ko wato le si dan ka fale wato man si ko baro man tutam ke folo me tutam de ko mun mala o signé okay to nyaalo ngamre ka democracy la fa ka constitution la constitution of Kenya so why are you going to that point ko yimo mo sign ko tutam baro okay bari baro fon ya fa fon in interviews before be for the two time kele for na ma for nun come in 3 years ayo ba for no wala sembo wata wodi ntola ba bi alson da baro president wote body as a party party la atem ntola party liberty ntola be decide la gambe di wala bo no ndila bari mo hanyin na wala wofo baro ko min ko dia UDP min ko so ko ata UDP o ko dia ko sukuri ji wala fina to be lola ay ko fana be la fira lo gambi alwa kilin koto barin ke to la mol moyle e kanyina luwa fa wala le de one the violent therefore I am that's not advocate that's the wrong way nobody should advocate for that in a peaceful country ite yaya jamme bondi no nyami nin cartel so yaya jamme mafo ko madu fo mafo believe in democracy we can't believe that one believe in democracy no sometimes you people contradict yourself yeah in the course albal from contradict kanne okay Ross I think to I don't vote for him. In 2016, no. Why? What Latin? No, so say it all makes sense. What has that to do with 2016? What has 2016? Ngele campaign yo ganna. Wala mko. ya Jammeh overstater. But I see reason be muna ne kafo ko baronyanta lola.
Yeah.
Yala ninko is a repetitive behavior. It becomes a character. So unfortunately, many Arab Baros around B, they have a repetitive behavior of entrenching dictators and entrenching leaders.
Yes.
Well, I didn't be at I'm glad yes. If you believe majority of Gambians believe in you, during 2019 candidate democracy is coming for term limit no respect la term limit Fatou natara the council to member United Democratic Party kono Kerr Fatou la report the council to ngole ko this is my second term as a councillor. But UDP is not about you. What I'm talking about the leadership of UDP. You mentioned UDP by a wulu. No candidate killing the people. All kotobu sunare ne subae. UDP the democracy respect la. Akamin term limit ni for liba respect la. President. Mina ba kinna sinyajel mo kilimo. Sinyajel mo kilimo. Ika wala. Akamin fa wala mo sinyafula do iko ebo. Nitela mo mi meta jela Uba fala baba better keleji mo do te keleji mbatu bang but what I'm saying I'm a member of the UDP yes no are you a member of NPP no because Anambra is president after that election day we are going to vote for a president and the president yakele 2 terms of 5 years each. Constitution you understand? Nico, Usain Dabo has never been president of this country. It's not about being a president. No, listen to me. Listen. Listen.
Opposition parties are parties in waiting, governments in waiting.
Government is waiting, especially UDP.
Now, I got time limit. Money respect lale. And even though the constitutional ma for time limit mantraje, but until they believe that President Barrow manyana, until believe that manyana run again because he believe that a campaign you mean a wolonko mbetala 2 times. Hana last interview by the kankununko in TFM. Akoya interview 2 times like man. I believe in democracy.
Exactly.
Not 1 or 2 interviews I have for you. Now, if he decides to change, that's on him, and people will put pressure on him. Kafaiko no. In all sign the dunia economy nyata wolonka like a berry. Legally, nta push nola because the constitution of for bari,
which is right.
Morally, the right thing to do is to step down. I know don't natala patioto. Welo. Barato alfana. Now ko President Barrow ko I 2 term respect. Alfana internal democracy ala patio kono. Nto alfana ko I'm democratic.
Okay.
Number 1. Why ko alfana internal democracy ala patio kono destale. Yes, a lot chairman only mail beka for 2 times bedane janne bari kuo party leader onga fa ajene jane wo kununko ngale suntu to sama ben attack la but I don't care. The thing is when you say ko you are in I left up mala mansakundale I be practice kala ni iko alla party no leader kilo Kabin 2020, Kabin 1996 for me. I think the Malala candidate. When the time a man called candidate, Banta. Now, not all from kind of democracy for me. I'll call him say Barrow push la puru I can attack tanke. Alakuma say I follow.
Let me answer your question. So I've got 3 points to answer this question.
Yeah.
1. He gave an example of Sidia. Jam, ko Sidia Abdullah Khalifa yanne.
Can I be
okay. No, because I will use as an example. You know you are wrong in that.
No, go ahead.
Okay. So 1, Nico Sidia Khalifa Sole. Khalifa Elu. but Sidia Fanan Lota Deputy Al Signagel. President Dabo, 96 la Lota, and in 2001 and 2011, right? 2016 Dumal Lota, UDP.
Baro.
There's a break. No, there's a break. No, regardless. Regardless, right? And namuna for Jankola democracy. Number 2 point that I'm raising, Dabo has never been president.
Party leader.
This is a party with policies.
Yes. A statue.
So in your manifesto or in your constitution, term limits
a statute is based on the will of the people in an organization.
Wow.
A statute. In democracy, what is the will of the people in an organization? And my third point is ko usenda nema lo ko bare 2 tanke fo inene amoyle ba
ko bare mu
pour Usain Dabo fon lo ko bare ko serve only 2 times ji kana lo next election anen mo fay
bare man dambe UDP ko wala no Usain Dabo
so no ni ko ko du wala ko fo Usain Dabo te come and confused.
So go.
Announce this is my second and last term as a councillor. Ntasa will nonko barayko serve only 2 terms. Talib Ben Sudan men lota ko this is his last term as a mayor. As a will na for baray serve only 2 terms. Rohilo men will ko this is her last term as a mayor. I can tell Baroko serve only 2 terms. Landin sa men lota 2 term ke asafono baray ko boje. Because until we practice what we preach, we are practicing what we have preached.
But see, all party alte policy.
You are just personalizing things. Really?
No. We cannot sign thing. The party's laws are term limits.
Okay.
We will be going to Congress in 2026 before elections. Na ketoko party dinwol ko I term limits. But term limit kelejele. Because that is what AGMs are for.
But that will still qualify Baba to contest.
That is not up to you.
Then my president, the party secretary general. No. Come on. Party secretary general.
Party level, you can. But in national level, Mbela state level.
internal policies.
Look at it.
Okay, so
that Congress will still qualify.
He should have only been a candidate for 2 times. Then they will vote based on their conviction. But I can speak on Adama Barrow because Adama Barrow lotale sinyafu aketantala mansati. That is what I
you are confusing this thing. No.
Okay, even
me understand. UDP nim Barrow kuke minni luwa manta. Atole kake first passing ka.
Barisa Usain Dabo nenge fani luwa manta.
Animbatu. Hande mandara Usain nani ali atuje fo janni. No problem with that. But the pot cannot call a kettle black.
There's no talking about that. The pot cannot call the kettle black. Kemo. Alla party leader fintite jan. Ako Barrow ko ngene ka question olale. Fajara lan. I challenge akai ko asendi. Kabri government ya confirm ko ya issue al ministry ya confirm ako Barrow ya asendi. You know, corrupt practice law and all the stuff. Ko state land no bari along the line. Ministry Barrow for na bonfenyo fena ka ta tele mansat. Ka ito be ba tele tabulo ko alla party leader Kabrado vice president yala.
How?
I ran apply le adinwe anala muso and Kabrabota president yala le Kabrabota vice president yala they approved that land for Alamuso and Adino. Barona talafa kafoko in fact Kabra Usenu Bay atra process on on Usenu Moki akang akaiko ayakumanda akaiko afu president wa emba nyawnya akana nyina ndi wolo man kukala anina muso I will learning approve. Now the thing is kabrini lan ko findita. Alla UDP mo ntama NPP mo fango jeyal condemn nga UDP mo la jeya condemn. And I was among the first people who said nayatara Usenu Dabo kabrade ngamin fo baroyelo natra
influence
application o kitako wato mina the vice president lale I am of the belief ko ala influence le used and that is wrong. Constitution of formal la fola ni be place auto ni be place auto yela influence used to enrich yourself or a family member
the law is clear.
Is wrong.
The law is clear.
And I think Usenu Dabo being a legal person you know I don't see why he would do that. And secondly,
he will never condemn that.
No, let me come. Okay. Secondly, you couldn't even glass house to kind of throne store. Not why I'm got I don't class hotel. I need to apply. I think it. But Amanda Woto, I also saw a story on Fatou Network, which also said, in fact, il a
so-called inside.
Usenu Dawo applied for himself, his 2 daughters, his wife, and his brother-in-law. Iko Kabria apply, iko mansakunda kaya ko hani, korra kilometer nyatonya. Korra kilometer korra kere lulu soto nola also. For lulu for war, ako ko okay utala dindi wala nina muso. Fatou Network la ko la source wala foi. Now, if this happens to be right, how can we trust UDP ko? Na tata manse ato mana manse ala fo akala no beta alka di ala musol na.
Thank you so much, Fatou.
Na kita mansati. Ale mo nakela.
So I'm happy to for yen in question la. This question more 2 perspectives let.
Okay.
There's a legal perspective and there's a moral perspective. Right? Legally nta kamen fo mole wala mko ko men fo criteria le banyin ko na kita ko men fo Usain Dabo loi lo nyame. Why would you think I had a position long in this country ko he's the main opposition leader and musurwa kamen fo Usain Dabo da fa we dunga. Why would he put himself in such a position? That's 1. 2 nka men fo I believe ko ni mu intellectual psychophancy and in fact ni mu administrative psychophancy.
How?
Why would Ibe Fintila Nakira ko they had evidence? Ko Usain Dabo 5 applications e dundi 2 le fenke because of so and so. Muna na kabrim bi ko ya fanya men baro kaitol be wa telebulu. Muna na ka for so called source muna man kaitol bondi mole ngaji. Thirdly, you cannot justify President Barola illegality, another immorality because ikafo okay well ngadi Usain Dabo dingola. Where is the position and why?
Because he was a vice president.
Yes. So nka for naketa walam. And thirdly, we have seen I think the application was this application was done when he was not in government. And it was approved in 2022. 2022
ala musota mu 2021 before the election that I remember ndifanga yofana shoto jande 2021
okay but even for ala muso nani maintain na mamo ko I land soto Gambia kono jam.
Yeah.
2, she has been a civil servant that has served this country for over 30 years. Thirdly, ninko civil servant le nyanta nyinkenol soto she aketa head mistress tijani. Why as any other Gambian, as this ninkenol be pour mobile. Now apply as a Gambian and as a private citizen. Muna namba Usain Dabo buso tala nga lipate la kola. That's 1. 2, ya mira Usain Dabo ya by vice president yala. I election will lose against Barrow. Ya mera zita Adam Barrow dani ka fa ko hani mune kete yenta ba nyangonya dukare na ndi wala land bulai. But
can you confirm, was this land application done the time he was in office? Because Kemo, if it was done around that time, it's wrong. Marlon using his influence.
What I'm saying is Marlon.
Because no, honestly, if it was done the time Marlon Kabenu vice president that was using his influence.
So your points on Mel Fajang. Most of them are hearsay. Okay. Because I believe we really had evidence, or the government had evidence.
Yeah.
Tenu ibafalale. And thirdly, ko nka men follow ko. Nte men read and nga men law was ko nying land was allocated in 2022. when the application was made, I cannot put my hand on the cover directly. But in married through Fenda, I think it took 2 years or 3 years for a kaito effect. So ni wala 2019 lam kaito dunta.
2019.
But in which month la in 2019?
Fenda when his one foot was out, meaning our other foot was in already.
Okay, let's say, but even with that, even with that, already he's in clash with the government. As even Nakara ala one foot was out, because even in 2018, UDP and NPP, we knew the relationship had already gone south. Before I left for China, to the China University of Political Studies, Ndara usenda wala office photo. Kudu kaba killing ngawaletar, and I left a few days later. Kudu kaba killing ngawaletar la ntabloka, because he had already packed up. He knew this was going to happen. In fact, at some point, and the other colleagues Tala Lamin Mundiba, what kind of offer? Let us resign. Because already the relationship was sour. Do you think this government and how vindictive they are? Nakara nunko ning ate influence sotoje. Ya minateni ba allocate la. That's a question. But in the because there's no.
I think we should join Gambians to condemn.
Lamai,
to be fair to Gambia.
You that have not condemned. Yeah. Ada nak ada ini nada. Private citizen. Is wrong. And we send out Findita la call from 2017 for B. Ye Findi ye be investigate. Niamera he was guilty. Yamera above falaba. So what I'm trying to say is they are just trying to deviate people. They are trying to distract people. Remember caring. Ning tonya they have evidence. Ya samanan. Ya tandi mola. But in terms of why muna atina nakera fananko Fenda has other landed properties in her name. Then she should forfeit it.
Do your findings.
No, inte journalist. Ite as my opposition. Ite nyanto finding.
No.
No, ite as my opposition.
You are defending something.
Listen. You have defended something. Ite for my long Kemo Bojang. Ite mala ya divide nyadi. So no. For the question, let me exhaust it.
Okay.
So he has come follow. Minister Musa Drame was minister at the time, and he is still in cabinet. Let him come out and because an application was made, it should be in the records.
You got 5 applications.
Let them show us the 5 applications. Near Fintindi. So you could apply. Let them show us.
You could apply a brother-in-law.
Let them show us.
I didn't follow.
Yatandin.
Aning ala muso. Ika kabri kaiko. Mbesawal bimola. Ko ala bindimola anina muso.
Ning tonyalam. Ning Allah ta alfonla. Minister bi membije. Local Hamad Ba. Walam Allah Kanasorlati. Walam Allah Mobati. Let them go into the records. I attack at film is in black and white.
But Kemo, you don't think that also, for example, Dabo as a morally, like Dabo la position of Benjamin in Bangkok. Could he be, if you, I'm just being honest. You don't associate him with corruption.
Definitely, and that's my point.
And then secondly, and then NPP telling our let me say something.
How many favored? Influence you. Let me call. Being a Gambian. It's about using your influence. The vice president or the foreign minister.
If that's the case, then President Barrow is corrupt. Because we know the government are his people.
Influence for them.
Thank you for acknowledging after presidency.
No,
Okay.
because they know they are
what I'm trying to say, let me finish.
This man have not been paying his tax for how long? As a good citizen.
No, let me come. Let me say what I'm trying to say. I'm coming for. When people serve in government,
they have a track record.
They have track records. Now, Kabrin Usain Dabo Tamansakunda for B. Nenema moy in any financial scandal to. Kodi? Nenema moy. And then ma moy hana tola Mansakunda mol. Even though he's a number one opposition. Kodi? Barin nenema moy ya fuka nyine sunya jang ay nyine ke nenema moy. So that is from that angle. That's why I'm saying ko nenema moy I associate with any corruption. Now, natra wone manke. Why would he, knowing Allah standing here,
exactly.
And then Allah molu kemo, some of the moral argument you nati ko wala ko, you can put badole lampu do ballo. Usen da manke do bati. Antimaya manke do bati. Fenda manke do bati. Kodi? Nite mama minde kembuje jana we manke no solo. Haninte fatu turente we manke no solo.
Let me help you
so
with that.
This is the moral angle we are looking at.
Okay, let me help you with that.
And then
let me help you with that.
Ntanina influence na manke no bondi non fabo.
Ita baba la minga inga ka fete keridi. Ita baba la minga. Fade ma ko jasse no do kula nyanta kala NPP le. No, don't quote me. Don't quote me.
This is my argument. If you defend the legality of it, the morality of it, Kemo. No, atoko pati doba pati romato. Atoko kele dobale kele kodo boni kanyim pati sembentia. Kele mu dobalt. Usenda wal asset ngaji janne kele mu usenda wal personally. Kodi kele mu usenda wal.
I report
akaba ka president kodi. Roda madama nindije adinga be keno stroje. Muna na be keno tala dingo.
So wala na amata dingo. That's my point.
I apply.
Ama apply. Kemo fenda ke baba usenda sa keno. And parla memo. People don't think about this. Na keda usenda wala famu keno gambela keno tala. Ala right hand the minister of local government and land ya wato Lamin Diba. Then the gambela be tala. Na keda wala. Why would he wait for Musa Drame taraje memala arch enemy? Ka Musa Drame kumo ne fu usenda wa jambe amoile. Why would he?
Opponents long.
Why
would he apply for land for his daughter
to expose himself at that time? These are logical things we have to look at. And do you remember jam? Ni land by allocate la. I can allocate into 3 different segments. The density wise.
Yeah.
You have, for example, Lumea Dulan Miankabsi, Ako Kanifing Woluma Fon. We'll make a land allocation only. You have 2 Kofajara, Memus, Menako, they are semi-densely populated, and then you have gated communities like Cape Point. So, Ninko la bigele, unfortunately, Gambian coal mine because honey, wala nanka for moleko, Hanna deputy one for Nyanta na local languages left. Kadon Ninko Nimu policy that the men not know through the Lands Act. Kajako, Jawara Wato, Gambia Dimo Besa Kadulaso. It's a social safety net.
Yeah.
One Gambian, one land. Wala nekafoko motor near Keno Sonita Sodla Mokote.
Hade.
Wala na usenda wana ketanungo na jeja na minister. Ngaja na minister me anko ye Keno dealer.
Ha.
All stuff in the jane.
Yeah.
Burfoot Heights, very prime locations.
Burfoot complained of I requirement will fulfill. Halas, Gambia will continue define how we are entitled to land.
Yeah.
Saying it is the duty is on, or the duty bearer is the ministry.
Charles, can you check the mic, please? Can you guys check the mic?
The duty bearer is the ministry. Kafoko usenda when you apply, I can't will fele tenende. But katasi for ngofo super kanjala for domoda source. What source? alinga to nya fo nyoe na keta la fay banko eta nyato alinga ka nyoti nya just because la fati nyaro kala nde même fo and I stand my ground this ni ko tinyaro loi man tinya nana ta morally ko même fo kolom quality but na keta fanan ko the requirements were not fulfilled then we have a question and we have to answer it but it's, until then we wait we await the former minister allocation of keta men na wato and the current minister yeta records because application of the kala ni application o keta kayto nyanda and unless na keta ko Gambia government man records it but ni asoto let them bring the papers out
but it confidential ko amasoto
na usane dawo mello
ha o ma apply
wota me alon ko hani Gambia la tallulo na babula kamuru katun aka tamu janni
namol
kay senan aka tamu janna ay senan ala padiyo mo itu because anyanta de men spend la ma spend ay murun back to the treasury ay kodo murun dije mbe woje janni
Allahu akbar Kemo
baba la Kemo ite mo fo sona lanko
kano ba sonno moto la ta kona noje
ta mo fo la nyin la ko iba ko ndem la ko
comme ala ni yen do wala ko na dia tay kata moral sleto na dia da karadola ta matu na da karadola matu rinja okay hakilo be do ko la
to nyalo
ibe luwa tale chaye ko ta luwa la carol imam moral
maybe imam get what I'm saying is it is divided into two perspectives you have the moral perspective and you have the legal perspective
for the president to do 2 term you base your arguments on morals.
The president
and this time you are not willing to
the president to do
in moral terms. Will you do that?
Listen,
openly.
Listen.
Will you do that openly? Koi ka nyindon kenyami yo fanam foko.
Bari
morally morally coming be morally foibe sonna kalo Gambian ko tema katandi fendala ko. Mbe woni be da sendi.
Nta wo fala e fonga je ko luwa
to Gambian. Why luwa? Just forget about luwa. Because mantara luwa ko mbe morals le la jang. Bari ko ni fo jang. And if you are on the call, not the family.
The question in Gako Fatou Toure. Fatou, did you receive the free land plot? That's the rumor, and I didn't trust them. Let me say this. In my entire life,
you have never gotten anything.
I have never had land allocation in my entire life. Government didn't allocate land.
And
in fact, this is not the first time. The minister himself told me this. Kabari minister announced iko media land deal media. So one time I do amola ko nyoko why big nga wala ko ite allocate len ka de Fatou Touré ko Fatou Touré ko han ka ko mo wala cordal no ministre asaka wala gala system ko no as Fatou Touré as Fatou Touré I'm not entitled because I have more than one property. You understand? So I'm entitled. But no company entitled but I'm entitled. But for the records, I have never had allocation. I have never applied. I went to the Minister of Lands one time, Musa Drame, Kababije, and I had a conversation with him. And I told him, I apply. I went home, I slept over it. You know, I remember that time from Yundum Lefonye. I remember the people of Yundum came here 3-4 times to have a conversation about Ilalan Cool. Malam Bojang, Ninta airtime modile. Nko ninti tata ninkenota, well bente jelanya dile. Ngandaha. And that time I was supposed to apply for me and my siblings. Maybe I want to deserve it. But I did not. So for moral issues. Because nami alko mo min kan tele pa ko. Ikanela kena kumo.
This is
so that's why I'm so I'm saying
Kombonkas. Kemo is a Kombonka. I'm a Kombonka. What we are facing now, Ntole be boarding takang for all this land. It's not fair. Banko lua niko allocation. What is wrong? Up to Foni, Basse, everywhere is land. Why only Ntole fanan left na dulala? Lot of restrictions on them. TDA, all this and that. Ntole fana is not fair to us. Gambian call fana nyanta ujibera ko. Molle fana wuluta kombo chosanon. Fana ndingoli right sotol kadulal.
Definitely.
All this land allocation. Dingele bentol bul. Ndebimman land allocation. Ntenene ma soto. Nene ma soto. Na family nene ma soto. So land ka allocate ni bi properly ye wo ko lu jibe ibe modol jelale wo mo kilimol ya soto salaji ya soto bula kote ngolto go mun be la responsibility so wala na Gambia fonga attitude change le so
honest
mbena attitude ni man tara ko kono e ka diam ni bije e ka dele
wala den internet ya man to tasoto internet ite dingo tasoto lante mamari tasoto because nto ma access soto and land place in the boka wala nta falina
thank you
ko babe allocate minna fento politician e be enja the politician no yeran ko condemn politician land ko condemn la the politician yen doluta mola reserve la na ya bad fen kolon ikana ite fen ita mola yafo
ngo wala na de kan jambo
do bi allocate yimma secondary allocate ya ami ni politician wala nto kombo duwol be yin sa te kono
de batala jam
de batala na kombo la ni bi sa
ngala kana kana ngana ya Facebook phone ko people keep on saying ko kafoko ndol ko monko katuna kenol wafila but in another ko we are the most accommodating people in this country katu momo men bi kombo lansaro man si akote lunda si ata jam bari me atina katu mbel den ta Gambia but in tolta bola jangata sa de lado do kata kenata
somebody for the first time I'm saying can somebody block 4 days sane for me Charles, see, I block me ba. No, I block me because because nitako UDP la internal policy thing. Ako Fatou is deliberately lying.
That's it. They are not Democrats. That's the problem. They practice democracy now. They will fear.
Most of the
problem.
It's not been known because nkeji kila natalo post every time. Welcome newo men kentela on a daily basis. Ni alon. So nyinko abadula belto. Kafuba abanyim mosifa sotla. Bari ma binte yite be sirinja mbe nyola moy lamba kachala mfutata consensus
Mahmoud Lamin Kanaji, I did not say Kerr Fatou is allocated. Kerr Fatou is never allocated. Fatou Toure is not allocated. Let's clear that. Don't make us
all this because you touch the Dabo family.
No, this one is yeah.
And you know, okay, that's
why I want you I'm scared.
So just
back to the
we need to educate the people on some of these issues. I saw Lamin Jamba, who was one time PS.
Former Director of Lands.
Former Director of Lands.
Yes. I wanted to have him here.
A very good detailed explanation, lady.
Yes.
Of Ninkuol Kenyami.
Okay.
And how people can have access to it.
Okay.
This information is there, but wala nangafu for kala fila for deputy moto. Because manika kaoni surwa kaoni fula kaof. Member kala mol salon ko nyinlu alle bijang. Gambia has very good laws. But implementation wala ka kenna problem wote. And back to ika memfo jangwolom ko ntaka memfo, and what I believe is ko ning land, because there's a portion in the law for na menkole ko ni ken of na di mola ma develop no, then that also becomes an issue. So what we need to educate people and honey land for allocation in 3 ways. You have high-end properties may along could be, unfortunately, Burfoot Heights world dunta wala kon. Ngaje ya di minister lela. And all of those ministers, majority of them, you can also tell it. You could also look at the Nibekala minister, ibe as well lokon. But yata ya di model la. If all told benin kafnya kaitol bala. Nte wala nanko na kita ko tonya. Usain Dabo, I need application all dundi. Ntoli along ko bi rival member NPP ni UDP tema. Wallahi, tenum by now na kaitol jibe circulate.
No, NPP.
I feel NPP. Kabra explanation of janko kombo mbadata nyame. Bukare, ntolu bakankol, mbe danila. Nita yesi sa for president we ko. Ntoluko ayabulo bon na kenoka.
It's not about the president.
No, you
have people in the National Assembly from the UDP. Let us be fair to each other. System will falling.
So, sir, would you be ready to condemn Baro Fananta?
If he is ready. He's trying to be even a lawyer for the family. That's what I've told you.
ako dale ma apply ma soto
How can you say that?
bara ma soto hani ba ta ma e fode ma soto bara mo ma ta fode
fundita bi min fundita
ma dingol ta na
ani be min na kumo min ka fo bi wolbe fo kam bi
wala mundi
barante ngal ne ko Africa be damin bi jeni man sakunda kele woita fay boje
amal soto.
Can you imagine? London Alma Kavani Nelotal and Lotal as independent candidate. Bajamba Alfalo Mtata ya.
Yeah.
Didi Lota Mtata la bungo kon. Ako. Ninkombo isu mbe wala kon. Ako itata London buya komi la burfutu keno la kuwa. Komi mansakunda be la dulal taka.
Yeah.
London munka ko jambao ali alla keno libedi ya jammelal. Min tuta jen tol fanam be wolu talale wo miro jam fandi bakel ase kombonka wallahi atele nyin kumo so ikaje ko keno biniaje min ka wuru iman tarawo system wal kon
bari men hani kabri bije imadi fan
bari mana fe da no sire da la asset fila ni declare in 2020 no bari no from 2015 to 2022 among Kordasang to 2020 among Kordasang na manke I mean soto in Bansang I also to in 2021 Bansang ila satetu bari na manke woti ate famo personally kabrin 2015 I kenu min beso ta soto le
usenda Lamin usenu manke
so I feel like I can tell you soto
yela mutanyami wallahi barola barole salhina ya tati
barofana after 20
be bul nyami mo talbe bul wala nyamade yalla pareta min na wote kejo aya tamu nyami tabe bul wala nyamanda to bari believe ta min daro ko ngata lu ballot box please yalla ndo banko dum be dan
talbe condemn ke
anim be min
ite ta condemn ate
fana daro parle min be mulu bi wallahi ka min moyila audio to ka fo ko min president Adama Barrow ko abitala tatam oto molle be fala. That is too much. Audios. Nka audio le moy. Official audio nka audio moy. I'm not coming to name anybody. But ibnal nako wo silandiri sifal be banko ka please. Akana jari nye wala.
Ndam audio moy follow.
Kon tolum. Mu believers le ko. Hadamadi wo hadamadi ala wato le dila. Coming kafu kon tella nga nyinke. But in the sense nin taram kon sonta ko dino le sotoda. Ala wato le di jongola. President Adama Barrow ning ala wato sindi abe bola janne tolbe lorine kaje ko ase taran tolbulu al tolbe lorine ko kaje ko ay boje be kan na duwaleke nganna katolke at the end nga decision to alabul ni woketa min na don be se sonko ala lay woke bar ka lo ka fonninkelu ka kuma dundi tulo kono ko atekela nte sonna e lo abu ka foto de e koy buka o moy Konte sonna ilo tatam. Nte sonna. Are they going to court? No.
I don't know.
Please.
Yeah, I don't
know. One without court level. Court. Anti-court. But I allow it to kuida minekele.
Non kunoje.
Ita kunoje. But they are threatening words.
Mbado, Lamin. Nta kuno la je.
Come president.
Yes.
Tonya. Legally, nothing bars him from running. Legally, because Bankola constitution man time limit soto. Now, good practice, Molka encourage wala. Me and other citizens by encourage Lamin, and what we will keep advocating for President Barrow as a Democrat, aliya hail minna. As a Democrat, President Barrow as a Democrat, a hail minna, bring a hail minna. Ko President Barrow mu Democrat le, ko mu lefta nga fonya.
Yes.
But nga fonya, ko President Barrow ko mu Democrat leti, lefta minna good practice ke, wolom ko. Ay mojibe NPP mo jama lebje, potential candidate jama lebje. Ay Clinton bon, ay
mojibe. That's a mistake.
Bari nta challenge legally, because amantara Bankola constitution okon. And then nobody should dare even advocate for any other means apart from Nasi Teleto Jang.
I'm so happy that you said this.
No, nobody should dare say that. But in the Minkera, Minfanente Stopla, well, every show, guy, President Barrow, that time kind of okay. Woman can good practice. Africa Bacon, more coming, well, 2 times. But even legally, we cannot challenge it because constitutional matter.
To be honest, as NPP, our candidate is President Adama Barrow. He's our chairman. If Kemo wants to bring other person than they are Usheni Dabo, ntol be parere ne do bare ka fon tol ko alla nyim birido tinal birido baro sa ilota nyami ya kata fo ya jamme bota jaba ngente o kata kilo ma fo baro 2 times luwa mi baro la daye la kabe 2 times afla so ntol ka amrunda ra kumol kan
okay
bar bi na manke motlin noti
atilin dal
cause bi na ko ten so ma ko ten ko da so okay baro
fo baro da mal ko
so let's look at time of investments here bon ko be tembeda minjo Kemo what is your situation of Nimbans Bankola Karo when it comes to Baluola Kenya security and other things. Mulo observation. Banko ya bitaka nyamale abe siloka ne ban fama tar siloka.
Banko mantra takan ku. And wala tinna from the onsen ko falin wanyanta kelani.
Okay.
Falin obe kala nyaadi dum obe gambe di won lebulu. But in 2016 mani boto ndaga Saddam Lesang. Nka san 1650 la.
Yeah.
Last week na mani boto san $3,350.
No about 2,600.
Hani adembulo na nga san.
Okay.
Bari mo be fana manke konte. So you understand? So ning Saddam ban 1,650. What the cheaper rice would have been cheaper at the time.
Yeah.
But being Saddam 3,350. What then the cheaper rice wo fana lafata. Just yesterday nin model lebe diamoka. Do ya la pay slip otandina. Ala salary is $3,550 with allowance. And he's a civil servant.
Yeah.
Fatu ye mira ni waka be Marseille jokela. Marseille depanso bondila. Aka man bodo san. Aka luaso jola. Aka be kudino la kuolto potola. Woba mune sotola no. Andum gambe la kolea wala na bini mul kwenye sa ibuka kuo politiko ke bake social media anything. Nka fwe konko be mul nyayel la. Na kita ko diamote nyayel. But konko be mul nyayel kan. Andum bi nka la vox pop sol jibel nka other media houses sol la vox pop jibel mi dum ta marché kono dum ta banko satel kono mo ga kuma kan kilo wala fo kole yalum insecurity and insecurity fana boda min tole a bota from juvenile delinquency because ning alfal be kole ya kono be nyindiro kala pour fondinol be men domola jumal be dinol jibel ni dinol ti fambulu wala kana juvenile delinquency sam bi a gambe keta drug hoblet. Otumo, unfortunately, Malafis Banko to fall unfortunately, but just to give a context, Otumo nka Guinea-Bissau accused men. Bigambe world. Moja leka mutajang with a Guinea-Bissau passport. Melka drogo samayin bang, melka drogo traffic jam. Lapses in security. And na 5-point agenda akon policy sort. Na 5-point agenda is very clear on issues of security. Because Nico security, you have to divide it into 2. Sovereign security and in food security. Be Kolea Gambia ite mira. Gambia over 50 years of independence, almost 65 to 66 years. Hani bututo membututo ndolbuka adano. Unfortunately, yekodota ikoya di businessmen or lelame anko they were already in the importation business for wali dung production of rice corn. Why can't we take that money? Nga jibe already indigenous farmers or member jahal nimpachar nin CRR. Ndola fapo agenda nga memfo wolomko we are going to decentralize development. Ibo kala nyadi le combo fisheries le and tourism le la focus ti invest in fisheries and tourism in combo yeta let's say CRR je alhamdulillah ji se wala bije you invest in rice production and in animal husbandry yeta URR for example utumo ika cheese that URR cotton engineering bije you empower cotton Gambia no ntolka haftano le do why can't we make the government dunjang. So, UDP la agenda multi, how do we indigenize the economy? That's 1. 2, kush member Gambia dingol fakanya. Just last month, I made a presentation to service chiefs within the Kalifi Municipal Council. And I gave them a detailed report of Mem Kush Bem Patandika Nyame. And I was happy because we had the different security agencies. And do you know they are helpless? If I tell you, even in the laws of the Gambia, you cannot try anyone on Kush B. Ikamel be try, they are trying them on marijuana. Marijuana lual, ike try wall. If you have a good lawyer, you can ise fang bandino problem mutokon. Just a few days ago, it was announced cocaine fenkol muta at the airport. Yeah. Mbota wato drug kata for court akafili. Yeah. Fatu Gambia tinyanta. And the new fellow manke. Ning mansa kunda man falling. Ning ado baro mambo mansa kundala. Mansayala. Gambia titano nyato unfortunately. Man la fala pura ake onyato ake onyama, but unfortunately that's the reality. Why? Nyato nkole ka femo be for example, ngajele no KMC be nyameng before Talib Bensouda. Being ajele KMC be nyameng before Talib Bensouda. Mina KMC be nyameng. Ngajele Banjul be nyameng before Rohilo. Ngajele Banjul be nyameng B. Ngajele West Coast be nyameng before Yankuba. Being ngajele West Coast be nyameng. Ngajele landing abe doko men LRR abe no nyameng kuno anima be nyameng B. So base mo doto. But Kemo, be fair to people. No, you are just mentioning your UDP chairman and your mayors. You want to tell me, oh, they are all doing good. Go to become a market. Go come on. Your listeners, your viewers want you to be serious. At least. Supporting side. You know, that's the problem with being an opposition. You have a dobije. So that's my point. So we have to look at, because here, if track record is important in governance, and President Barola track record is not something to be proud of. Wow. Minister track record now killing the wala fula is not in government. More killing minister killing wala bedo kendo la government kono ja. Wala prof domestic. Government lebe do kendo banko kanjang. Na mankateti nte mandola do hu. Nte maje. So what I'm saying is cool. Mim mansakunda mam falling because information misinformation. So na kitoko mbemena. Nyatonko wotumo nkafala corruption obe in Bangkoka. But B is rampant. Because memo honey people that are stealing are no more afraid of the power that be. Because he is incompetent and incapable. Wotumo mol kasila sunyaro ya jamela ka dunia ke na yemu rake soran. We covering, unfortunately, Dr. Banja Yatele used as a scapegoat. But corruption is like maje mol katara moto kono. Ninka fodo ko johal bi minister bi. Man video le jang at Petroleum House video le kala mune boto ko woldo. Gambia la kodo molia domo nyokan jang. Hani kunum sehu Jawara, member of parliament. I thank someone to parliament puru ya jibe on the petroleum. And there's intel, unfortunately ko someone at high up at the #1 marina parade will influence the oil kuno. So we'll be able to unfortunately corruption has become a pandemic in this country. Until man sila COVID la kote, instead of corruption. Ije banko yinyadi Mr. Jammeh molko danino koleata. Kurami mu kuranti yaje kabrin kana ko so kuma sai ambe yindi no mbe ko mbe wonka ko al power connect to na fenkoto na power bankoto because ni kuran kata ko bari ngami information ke jamba ntaka deep down in the show kuran tata problemo kuran han sa ma regle demoro problemo akoleata kaspo da certa molko security fana ni wato konon ka wosi falja ni nyin ku school and sifal itela opinion ita me munat na nyindol siata fo ya mera banko bitaka right track lema
Fatou, as coming that almost wrapping up this stuff mbe Kemo tentula but mbe mu Gambia dingol ka fumbe opposition ne dorong the other side always on opposing side. Let us be fair to ourselves.
Yeah, we have to be honest.
Let us be fair to ourselves. Wole atina yalo ni katara lorin kamola kuma jawo fo. Hanni lomi ne tonya fae. Atela o talano. Because he take katara lorin wo dorneka. Look at Kemo how he comes. Okay. At this time, never council doku the 8 years immediate. I was a councillor for 8 years.
Nandira council.
Okay. Kemo kan kalo Gambia be tema. Aka Taliban Sudata and order my brother, my Senaulam Dabo, Yankuba Dabo, today in Brikama, Gebe Nyami. So we
will come to that.
But Amanyautal. Dunia la Korea. Mbenga Holland. Mbenga Holland. Ndema stay Europe since 1997. Nkatale nkana every time katankana. But during COVID nata. Tata Germany. Fengo doni bije puri ye sang jurumo e kabalan. Ka fo ya kanyan.
Yeah.
Be sambal.
COVID time, yeah.
Be sonda ko nyina ko Gambia, we have a problem.
Yeah.
Nkamina produce. Afanga wala foja.
Understand.
Mbe nyanta mira la wala. Mbota nyin kena ko la kon. Ntol mamolu. Mumu bade malalti, mamam bade mal, mfam bade malalti. Mumu senelalti, mamam senelalti, mfam senelalti. Ntemanke senelalti. Wol bike mira ko mano damu jellati. Mbota kula kono ngamira ko tubabu ya office kono do kolu wollo mukuti. Wala na it's good that at a meme friends or wala mnyinti let us go back to land. Eat what you grow, grow what you eat.
Yeah.
Unless mawo attitude so le falling. Because at a ya for ntola nyimba be muji seleti. Ngalo nako mansa o mansa nata nyimbankunka. Damante Gambian ko le man daji ko falling udundi balol kono. Abe bitala the same le.
Yeah.
Abe bitala the same le. It's just need a palazzo to ibeta la bandale amunta ko ning footballer abe filo kono abe plela ite you are so ko nyingi ze footballer yimte fendi way ite be banda ni ete ke o palazzo fa ite akela no. Dunia be tenne berong. But I know my man. My president is doing his best in this country. But the best at this difficult time, dunia bo kolyari nya. Before I foko, fem book abuka fem Gambia book fem produce. Atele over de. Gambia be well sotola nyadi. Well, just consumers. Yeah, just consumers. Nenda sonna ko Gambia be difficult time kono. Ika moje family kono mo killing beron na famo be danyin kan the rest ibebe unemployment. No, it's not about unemployment. It's skills. No, attitudinal change. So you have the responsibility of the citizens. Ika women for ko man skill soto. When man skill soto, those are the people taking that dangerous journey going back way. That's the point. Madu ikata woto that implies to all these African countries. Muka wala foi. Ikata woto ibi wo skill ntaya ikamati doku olikeno je ikafenshot. But the mathematical need white collar jobs.
Yes.
Time mbitaka school nkata buloko da wala ndindi malu mbali ka nyinti wol sanye nkata gunjuru bada to singula kata ka nye dunu kana ka samba ka deta wala ngata fendol nyini mini be wulo ko non kane wafu domandi so comme bi woli net ndi wol kanyin television on kamfang wol kengi in another way is spoiling our community. We cannot sit go government lenyanta nyimbe but I'm very much sure NYSS bigel. You have other institutions mini alonko tertiary institutions ibe deda kan Gambia. Right now ye fisheries for government be dami be kulungol deda kan pour kadi satelula pour ka funding keli yurwandi pour ye kulungol bari policy man sa barakatol ke kanne ntol lañi revenue ringolu Allah after mineke. B, the president is more focused on infrastructural development. And the
and that's the problem there for me.
That's the point. Why?
That's the problem. Silo betiat.
Silo.
Apetiat.
Yes.
Bridge betiat. Bari janimbe moto bondila silo ka.
Yes. What do you
and I think what is government's policy direction? What is government's policy direction when it comes to production? ka production because I understand you I understand kabri time of President Barroso of Ukraine war and then force cafe COVID but again ko Ukraine war bang ntolta true min Senegal tata true wala bang kudo pita kan true wala ko bari
economy
bang ko fanan ka fero landie
Senegal fero landie
batungana ka production to be Senegal agricultural sector Senegal kan do ku la banko kan simento ka do ku Senegal mano ka do ku Senegal mental ka do ku mental poto jabol ka do ku Senegal Senegal ka do ku
yes
ntol bu ka fendo ku ngale ko na economy man killing I don't even want to compare us but ntol fanan ka fendo produce no jam abe macro I understand le masakunda cannot do all of that in 7 years but if a silo de katandiko ni siloti puruka ni food self-sufficiency nati na silo de le minta kan puruka silo de la infrastructure
for Jama for government
security for
most of those roads were during Jammeh was
in the government they will not say
no tendere nyame
lada nyina ko man sakunda dole ka dati ay dange dole continue let us go to each other that's the problem ka foko man sakunda dole nyinki nga wo moyle wo fonu hani yaya male nin coastal road ko yaya ma doku jawara la plan wallom government we need to respect that
so my point is let us not equate development to an individual if the governments are continuations.
No, but the thing is, you are trying to provoke the development that the president and his government is doing.
Facts.
Let us be fair. It doesn't happen. Just take it.
I'm happy with that.
I want these people to acknowledge that. No. Ala mun kukende.
Fane mun kukende.
Walla aga kukendo. Barin ke man daren nyalo kan Useni kan.
Ba sai
Useni man ba president. Daga party la jibe, alla party la functions.
Ba sai min
a statement in terms of policies and development. Allah party man nyakawoto. No. Points mean for you.
No, NPP la policy.
Thank you. Policy.
Policy.
And in time, I'm not here to discuss. We are always at the closing part. I have a 5-point agenda. I have a 5-point agenda. How old is UDP? How old is UDP? Answer my question. How old is UDP?
Let me tell you
something. How old is UDP?
27 years.
Let me help you.
5-point agenda. Muntumalana.
So it was 2021 presidential campaign time. 5-point.
How many years old? How old were they?
Does at least
no equal kanan se likoma mbe yiru wala kuwala left ali fair na president because you know
when it comes to infrastructure
abe duwa min deka abe kato min deka abe ko gambia dimo andal kam manol da ko leafo ni ngo mo yalla akamunda ko alka janna don yo problem ite kata janna yetani airport don fiu yeti
he mano ko yata
no but ikatile because imagine Africa den ngol imalo mimbe ke people have traveled no
lamoy
yaro ndi ko Senegal do Gambia non dare Dakar le nada to your life
listen
you don't experience the real life
Lamin
mimbe ke Senegal ko West Africa kataratu alka life mimfo wala mu nyinti minyanko ni bota jando Dakar no you see Dakar okay Dakar le benyato I have
been to 11 African countries.
We have been now. Guinea-Bissau manida the Gambian.
So this is the thing. This is the thing.
Senegal manida what the Gambian.
Senegal coming on. Senegal minimum wage. And Gambia minimum wage.
Mantara wage kumale.
No. But you are speaking on
Senegal ya mitigating.
You are speaking on the fact ko ila manol da kolata na manoti.
So sign. What I'm saying nyimba tulota ko baro doko ke infrastructure lata wala silo beteata le beteata
and ko agenda
for
Amazon going to fly rocket The development is a process. Baro believe to me na ko I oko in the mobile biri World Bank la fenko na. Tandila ko atela focus number 1 infrastructure. Niya mo ibe kuja mali sotola atefana ko infrastructure.
Okay.
I will muta.
And I will
he's our president. Unfortunately, we are now enjoying the good roads.
That infrastructure, those good roads, be until council only them, but then they come back because it is causing a lot of flooding.
I'm coming.
It is causing a lot of flooding.
I'm coming. I'm coming. I'm coming. A lot of flooding. Kemo, councilor, yala ndesirinja ne ko ala councilor ato ala usenda abo fongo ko nila fa UDP man sakunda London
na councilor jibe
ya ba yuli jube e bir kama jube ani LRR ay ni fo nyen
on tonya
sign KMC kunu madini mo tara marse kono jibe faari marse kono ngabe film le dino la film historique musol be sirin jiel kono jiel hani sign you guys are not able to take hold of that bir kama Birkama
in
Marseille to Jobe Farin
Jobe
Agere wato mina silfo bige na broda silfo atel UDP ko atel kanaka meta ale video ba ko social media
let me
bare ma jare sen social media ba tonya Birkama musul fanam batatale Sibel ko Marseille kono be Farin
thank you very much
ka jelo fo ka jelo
no
at this moment
I know regular general bita national level ali afoka banko dialla al council regular follow
so do mo be rasul kono everywhere
but
baro 7 years kejan ikonyo ko development is a process so but now you are trying to blame moment man 1 year
I am not blaming your drainage system.
Listen. You are trying to blame someone who has done less than 1 year in power. Listen.
I am not blaming you.
No,
the council can 8 years. The least thing you people can do one garbage collection.
But the garbage member become an MB. Yankuba like first chairman or mayor in West Coast region.
Kemo cannot support that.
What are you speaking of?
Yeah, in fact, garbage trucks are not ako garbage trucks are
Yankuba follow project or samana nyampurka West Coast Senate, the whole Senate project.
So why me sige?
Abakane? Second Yankuba is the only mayor Franco Bundi put I troko sang. I tender yere. Government ye blockage kai. Hani be allow tendal mantano through. Because munem iman la fa do okay. They are sabotaging him. Yena KMC
come along. What has that to do with government?
Because we have a line ministry under the Ministry of Local Government and Lands. Ita council
put out the electro ko samman so
from 13 million laja
ngo kan ta ya
imanto charge than 13 million la ima for me ko fanan ko you cannot purchase it directly for isa partner ni jayini member do ko kala pour ya purchasing government had tried everything pour control fanan na ko yandi mul ima keno because all were determined yankuba at the sign na di ata ale abado ko kala west ko andon daga hani kunu nol for doye nka konte most sino anywhere yediam. But 77,000 people in West Coast voted for Yankuba. Because Yemuna Soto, Jikol Soto, Lanol Soto.
So how many people voted for Adama Barrow?
Andung, B, Nico, Kolabije. Yes, Kolabi, challenges will be there. Because he came and found a rotten system by Shirif Osonko.
Wow.
B, Adola clean camp. Every day, Kajel 100 million Jilaka West Coast. From the Local Government Service Commission. Ya made a new Kodo Tatanu in the right place they were supposed to go. Di main kumbo kala West Coast ba bari hanwo be wasiyo kilo wali ata ya force Yankuba kan kabrin ana problem so fo man sakunda mo siyo kilo force Yankuba kan ko de foni risande ya sambo banju
ya lo ngal
kabrin martine problem o soto imam paral fon sa no fo la bundal kati wa tara we kodo domoje Fatou, this government is doing all they can to make sure ko UDP local governments fail. But now the people they have seen our effort and they are acknowledging and appreciating what we are doing. We have not solved all of our problems. And it is impossible to solve all problems. But what we have been able to do
yalo Gambia adeka pare da marché diamo ayala diamo fole fire banganda marché ku diamo diamo kata he wants to defend my brother diamo dale yalo era council ila funny part ika blame us na da man subvention ku ofo na budget anyanta na la budget hani butu ite man sa mutanga ku ya nyoti ko ila kote bi so babulu e ba fo ya sa no ala wote luwa adami garages sa ina mo garages wol fana wotumo from capax but for you have to intervene my brother is going to give me chance now abindel na ta kene ya capax la fen ko bondi ya di jare la obe pour kan pour no capax man mo metal wo manke capax manke even that is well before this but in the na fo imam ma barola ta so sai observation okay Malik law is saved from the government's projects. Banjul is clean now. Climate change, everybody knows. Lamin, how can Gambia government can decide can National Assembly member, National Assembly also, and foreign ministry can follow Banjul kono at this time the Banjul Benjamin right now. Banjul iti alna Banjul Benjamin. Banjul ha. Mbiga wolonde. Woman ning min ko kule mankeje but momo e Banjul long kuno. Imagine he is giving the credit to Roy Malik Law. Right now moto bondo la poro do troko. Nimbe silo kan ko malta baki. Ngab suntu kungol je Banjul ni tambita Gambia hayla. Sila ba kan suntu kungol le bije. The least Roy Malik no. Come on, we living in a modern world. They should know the waste management. He just want to paint everything. You know, good nyabala. You know what I think opposition ya kolea. Because I think Katala and Dorong Katana can council kolea min Katara akolea mulu kela katabali ali watu mina sirifo kabutota ay bulaji okon itul kambok kumo bi fona imam ko bibe silade sai musolle katara sirin santo tumbol ka selela bidongol kay kesin keten fenda fo suntu kumole be marché kon amam funti nto draka musol kasi tumbol kanela fewol ka jiboro mbuka fo ngawolo ne ko drainage Gambia jam pour ya manage ko ya because Gambia non na problem o minti wala mo number 1 man alombe fewo marala nyami te hanni ndingo be siloka nae fewo do ma ka fa no cause no attitude lonko wala bet wala mol kamini ajibe wala nyama sa ñin drainage munta ko teke ntolla dulal be man slapo soto ni ñin jiolu natate ka keñoleta ka fandi di kota dinkol kon so wala modo ina na kordalo ma diata ñe mbe na bugo lolal hani jibor silo le bije abuka ho jibe hani silo that's the same problem ndo wala mbol problem o kon manya ño blame na wala is a process bitawo kan domandoma na jibe mbol kala ñami ñaato bare kur kile ñanta lola yela mol manene wala no ko e wo bondi na ko kon ntale menke ka no address no moma the nim position o minto right now ni tata birkama interview fele jam mol tata musol interview ma kon but ni tata NPP ngoya political no sirim marché kono no challenges be jele and I have mentioned that so the rating system system ni me keno excuse keno bare Senia ko bare council you are a councilor please al maldan wala al local government ni adala mol be siar marché kono buka fitaro keno dukare nim fitiro sita marché vita ye nyamolu ko yaje ni bosol kalodam birkama ni ndaka tambi wala yi futata woto somanda come on you did not government salta mo de ko solbe siri wala bondangola ibe wafirola
yeah that's bad
yo sign because you are trying to glorify kaje ko one day but what I'm telling you kodo men kasarata alla area council koto jamal area council sonkola wato
Kodo men kasarata jail.
Before some council.
Nobody listen
You said about council. Majority of those were all UDP councillors.
Councillors, yeah.
Who is the head of the institution?
No. Council Bukaroni.
Who is the head of the
No, don't blame. We are coming to Calvin Suda. Listen, be careful. The commission is coming to KMC. Talibi a 2-term like. In commission of our face lal. Maybe then Alman Benjola, Sijangola, and then Mabe. Right now, the Dirikama, every one of Foka. But Robe Kelly, Iban Nafolo.
Personally, I was commandle. Okay. You got me questions, and I answered the question. Even before the commission, Jana GPPA, Kabria score sheet. KMC was one of the most compliant municipal councils. One Muslim.
Molbela moy candidate.
Commission of Binalan. Please. Tinyaro menke ta shirifo sonkala wato West Coast. Amanke rulato. And that's a fact. Yeah, 100 million jana, 25 million jana, 30 million jana. Yeah, 30 million samoto mbadi jellesa. Yeah, 30 million are drainage. Hanna manke the first class drainage. But yeah, asasila jelle.
So you blame Sirifo for that?
No, what I'm saying is mismanagement of funds. Not
but you don't blame your majority.
Listen,
UDP council majority to work. They allow all that.
Fatu,
they allow all that. Why are they elected?
He was a councillor. Ntamu councillor. Atenante abe alanako. Councillor buka makodu.
No. But policies.
Ika project soto. Lamoyerek. Ika project soto. Ya safe, ya samanang, niya samanang. Council ya fon?
Yeah. Yes. Lamin, irasa programa soronna minte. Mune kere kumala bawti.
Lafta soronna.
Programa diata.
Incontanta bake.
Yeah.
Nana broda Sotojang. Yete Sotojang.
Yeah.
And unde falam bela filamina. I'm a regional chairman.
Yes.
I have my constituency chairman.
Yeah.
I have my mobilizers.
Yeah.
I want them to be coming here. Good. They need to speak to Gambians. Birim binaka moyen ko lenkan kada Kerr Fatou. Nka ko barimbe parela minna. Niaje UDP mol camera ko kamin fo to dorone la kuma. Ko kala media bebe imaje buka pare mo.
Ko ke kuma ni na kuma kilin fo. UDP ko le ke kuma ndi afa ko lafta kana programu.
Yeah.
Well, it left the media.
My chairmanship is going to be the hereafter. NPP as a whole, but a region, a bentel preview koto.
Okay.
Still, the way I'm going to manage West Coast. Yeah. 2026 will be NPP's victory.
So you have to offer
no, UDP no. Amanga coming kon nene sirati elale.
Eteleno.
Yalong.
Mwana alfota do.
Ifadi wonle ke safe so.
Mwana alfota do.
Wala mfadi wala foye. Wala within our party. When coming for the time will tell. I know how to deal with these people.
Okay.
And now I'm given the chance to show what I can do. By the grace of Allah, nimmi talata. Mbe parele balale. Mbe bute simple victory. Mbe wol sotola nyunla. Bare coming ka so nyinku mayandi. Mbe tentula. Mbe duale fanan fo Allah se Cairo ke. Hada madi mo yika fo mbe nyinna mo be ba fala hahani. Bare mansa fanan be siring mbe la fila Allah relation o ay betia. Mlafta wala bakele Musola Muiti, but you are strong, and that's what we need in our country. Bele denta nyimbankuna. Mbuka jeko komi UDP kana jeko antole Gambia kanu NPP ngoli. Wala NPP ngo UDP mbanko jawolti. No. We should believe in God's creation. Ala ife ofenda fulalomu wala atina musoni kel sotota ikaka musu ya doya yake ya bunya no. So ite UDP nka ya doya no ya MPP nka ya bunya. Be wala batin nambitala no. That's why we have that's why we have the energy. Kuruka banko sambano. Yajel ikaje ko jama nintol nata jang sometimes ndabuka hani kela comments post lamoy. Because of those keyboards politicians. Especially mini Fanko, they even achieve nothing in life. They can tell you what to do in life. That's so funny. Most of those near AGB, ibe mine kekan in life. But they are the people going to be keyboard ibe harassla. Instead of taking some ideas from me or from Kemo, instead they will be bullying. That's not the Gambia we want. I am brave enough to come here because low Gambian call nyati lingwala. Weba silandi la momi manke konte abe sila la kana Gambian call nyala ka diamu. Manya wo encourage la. That's not good. Ntuli bere denta Gambia la. PPP, NCP, UP, fenke jana wol bele itatale. Ye tali ke jana tata. Sign tulfona na time wala bijang. Mbebe tarla na ideas la falling nyola jang. And I'm very much happy Kemo ni idea sort of what is wrong with writing to my president, Mr. President, this is what I have for you. Make a courtesy call. He's a gentleman. He's not an enemy. But you have all those ideas, you want to implement them or you want to give them only when you become a president. How much did you love this country will be my question. You just want to make sure ni kuma man sinki ita ta ila idea dila na sabo bente bullede bare nim fa man ke jente ni sabo dila malafu Gambia sifa. Let us all contribute towards the development of this small Gambia that we own. And I have great respect for Kemo. And I'll continue having great respect.
Thank you so much.
Thank you. And I wish this network a great success, continuous success. I'm content about it.
Mba mo betan tulambe jaila especially in listeners all because ni aje kana media to ito latin na keta moti jenu kallamo ina baby tasila na bunga lekono and mbe Kerr Fatou fana tulambe jaila because they are one of the most independent and one of the front runners when it comes to communication and in media in this country. Ibedo Kendala, and you have really been the voice voice of the voiceless. So and Lamin Jamba, and I think one of the points I made raised the issue of combo. And I keep writing about it a lot of times. Even before so because we were just talking about this land issue, but at all phone located. At least at all hands saying Alka Keleno Salaja Kola no Siva. You know, so it shows we have been unfortunate. But na me wala na nyanda jibela kombori waka fo mba revive la nyame nga political bondije nga mutako mbe mu kilimo kombola interest lam and but kata forward fana ndaka menje wala mko mobe kela contribution like in governance or in development. Don't look low on what the oppositions are doing because mfanambe menna is very important. Ning opposition man soto Gambia bakela one party state and entrenchment and authoritarianism kana walinya. And secondly, for example, mfanambe na katakuwa kikani, especially at the local government side. Mbe jiko mfana ite kini president wakasile ina kanyo mwele. Wale mko as a local government council jeko we're partners in development. Mankala enmity. We can differ when it comes to politics. But nindo kuwa nata ntolta kukala no without the ntola line ministry. And ntola minister manke ntola party member ti. Bari ndo kuwa le sita. We have been doing literally we can do kwa memfo wala mfana na part play. For example, being ajibe in impact soul KMC member by men local. It is under my intela purview as the youth councillor. Ajibe currently mbe youth empowerment project called Melbe kaninka support mendi ofana mutu na purview. In fact, for dolo akakolea because so more kabole from everywhere in the Gambia. Because I nego KMC people believe it's more financially buoyant than a lot of other councils. So jiko fana kataraje baki. But I meant for example, for example, the national conversation dialogue ngamen soto no. When you a starting point for unification and way forward GB. But unfortunately, kabri wo keta nimbi ma ku jama keta. So I think ntol funding kid nsa GB ntol be nyo ma ko nyame be nyo mutel nyame. Political manke enmity. So and I think what is important ka GB. Bari ye memfo mfana ninseta eko nka memfo mole wala mko social media is a leveler because tumando ngaje fon comments all do ka vo Kemo mu council ti ala jo man fancy but you don't know ko we have other things going on. Council ya man ke full time job. You know atenga he's in the tourism sector. So ate loyal sort of, you know. So some of us have other businesses, or even the family will have businesses that we are also in. Exactly. And I'm not. I'm doing my import business since '97. Exactly. So more kana mirako personally, some of us are in politics because in laughter, Gambia, politician ole fuare ata mo be dijam.
Billahi.
Mol ma wala long. Yalong in other countries, kamera ko kodi soto dulalom. Gambian ten woti. In fact, ntolle kan na parti balundi. Nte alon ne janne be dunna politiko kono be dun dame anim bimbe dame. So and I know intellectually there has been progress. And when you talk about network, there has been progress. But when you talk about net worth, agited. So people need to understand ko bankano len dunyindo. Ndeka for mole na kira kodi kolom or I wanted favors or something else. Bit NPP because it's all about government. Well it's one at. But ni aje opposition yala especially to funding kill. I don't take ko you have said something. Nte man na youth enjoy. Nte na youth beke opposition yala. Nte ulu opposition yala kono. At the age of 14 nte kata UDP la meeting wala nkata ku.
The time I know youth opposition.
NCP like.
So nte fa wala
aninga dembo bimfo. Anin soti wala kalo watu minna.
Ye bibi kama baka wala deputy follow. Me ye nko me la nja bwendi. Da follow wala campaign manager tino. So ntolu uluta wala kono. So nte na funding ke ya beke political. But at some point nim mang jiko fana nje Gambia la nyaro tato. Some of us nte hanisa mantan na masters ke. Na fellows all fellow almost all of them ibe la masters ke. Mune Gambia kanu. Ndala siblings all be karanda tuwa dule. Nte Gambia choose ko kambe karanda jana because mune I wanted a trajectory for falling. And I was one of the vocal voices ka ya Jammeh keleja. Mudinyo di nyawo nya watumo nka sinsa finti ngadi am BBC ngadi am Al Jazeera fo ku jamana ra finti je bari intol funding kel nyantam fanji bela inwardly na realize ko ni alfal wali etakele ntol letu je and every law or every position or policy that is taking into effect today is going to affect ntol because ntol le la jam for the next 30-40 years alama so fenkola long life so mtebe long funding kel mba fole ko this is ours this country I in the mal so nte fonte mama woro lobe nte man banko do loila so Gambia da mante wol so nte temporla no kata do la do and Dimbanko, we don't wish anything for this country but peace and love.
No, the more important. They were fundraising 9 million.
Exactly, because
I more discuss, but it's long.
No, but UDP, but that's the point.
You know, that's the point. 9 million use Spain, but Spain 9 million raise.
You know, so that's good for them.
Yeah. So thank
you.
So mba fala mole, especially funding. Akakoleale in the beginning, but ning koleale rafa banda, you know, dia fana kanale. Jaliba fa fole anu dua anu maninga kaole woti. Be inspirational ta come from Sonkonin Jomai. Wole bata bare ke janiwe futala jande and they were vilified, they were victimized, you know, they were oppressed. But alhamdulillah be Cairo nate. So Gambia dingol fana mba fole ko Cairo binale. No matter how long it takes.
Cairo be caring.
Ila
kumo closing the mass.
So mba fole
Cairo be caring.
Let us persevere. Cairo binale. Yabe banna. And na diatale Gambia lafta futa dama futa lawotro. Na diatale with a UDP government.
Under the leadership of Adam Barrow.
Argue on issues, but and this is the beauty of political. I hope argue on ideas and policies and against each other, but also at the end of the day be able to laugh about it and move on. And I think it should start from our leaderships to us and everybody now understand
and
that
even the grassroots, let them use the social media. President opponents. I
see a lot of people saying Abdullah Jabanko, very good conversation. Mustafa Ko, this is a very educational thought. I just tuned in. The youth should learn from Kemo. You know, a lot of people are sending positive comments. It's over 700 comments. That only shows this kind of conversation more from especially big parties, party Baflin Bangkokang. Thank you very much, Lamin. We will be having you more often on this show and also like diaspora more, youth more, to always come on the show. I think.
Ala you president woman cat.
You know president. Thank you very much, you guys, for watching. I see all of you watching, and thank you very much. Thank you, Kemo. Thank you, Lamin. Lamin nga kumandi bile. Couldn't buba audio care, but this morning I called him. He was going to the port because, like I said, we could not have Damfa because abita G-Boss program or so at the political kino. I called him. He said, "You know what? I will come." Left a wall and a public official also to be able to come to the media and defend their policies, and definitely left a Kate to KJ wala kumata bake until we come your way next week, inshallah, with another set of people. Good night to you, and thank you very much to my technical team and all of you watching. Good night. See you again next week. Bye-bye.
We are happy to announce the launch of our new logo. We have evolved since our incorporation in 1997, and it is time to refresh our new look to reflect who we are today. Before I reveal our new look, however, walk with me while I take you through our journey of the last 25 years. Trust Bank was incorporated on July 3rd, 1997 and began operations on October 1st, 1997. Following the collapse of the parent company of its predecessor, Meridian, the CBG stepped in and recapitalized the bank and held the shares in trust, thus the name Trust Bank. In 1999, the first investors who responded to the IPO So, we remain true to who we have always been. As we look forward to greater achievements, we are rebranding to reflect who we are today and the future that we inspire. Our new logo has been designed to visually demonstrate our Gambian heritage and the sophisticated nature of the bank. We are moving away from the navy and gold-colored parallelogram-shaped logo to our baobab tree with a rising sun in the background. The striking outline of a baobab tree at sunrise is a familiar sight to anyone who has spent time in the Gambia. Our new logo and visual identity are inspired by our core values and spirit of being a pioneer in providing a unique banking experience. It is a completely new look that better matches the transformation we have made as a company. But we remain your trust bank. Ladies and gentlemen, it is my singular honor to present to you our new logo and corporate identity.